scrutiny, in my opinion. So I do think the smarter choice was to go potentially third party that last point, hopefully play for that second place, because Team Ed just had such a dominant performance and position on that courtyard point. So it's going to be relatively interesting to see how people make their adjustments going into Bernal. And what do you think these bottom two teams kind of need to focus on to make their play back into the runnings here?
I'm not quite sure. It's still so early in the season.
Okay,
Only
we're
play
back.
day 2, and a lot of these teams are new faces and still feeling each other out as far as each
it's still choppy.
meta is going to go, because
That
we're
one
seeing
I don't know.
Sword in
Then
this
I'm at
pool.
10 EP.
We're probably not going to see We're probably not going to see.
Oh, and let
Sword
me
in
check.
Group
Hold on, I
B.
might be on the wrong
So we're
stream.
constantly seeing
Yeah, refresh,
new
bro.
things that these players have to adjust to. I think they really just need to focus on the fundamentals. It's going to sound cliche, but just
Yeah,
work
we're
on
good.
your
It's good right now.
comms, stay together, don't make silly decisions. And I think they may need to be just a bit faster. Those fights were taking a little too long to draw out for my liking. And I'd like to see a bit more urgency for these bottom two teams.
Yeah, I think staying together is definitely a good point, and playing your advantages when you have them. So really go in on your advantages. We saw a few times when Team
I was seeing the
had
bit
a
rate was too
huge
high.
RPG.
It's not. They recommend 20,000. I was doing 16.
To follow up, but
I don't know.
we could have played a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be something CPU related.
Let that heavy take that aggro and try and get some shots there. But we're
Maybe
gonna be
Steam's
having
updating.
to go into this next match. Bernal going to be going for a TP gateway to try and get a positional advantage over off key. We're gonna see.
We can test it another time on just like playing ranked or something.
Find their advantages here. Lamp is just gonna go straight in there with that mesh shield. Gonna get taken out by that Shack. And now Grad's going to even it up, get those trades. Grad's really popping up.
Oh my god.
Normalize, cleaning that up. Grad getting tons and tons of damage out there. And on the other side of the map, we're going to be going into this circle point on this corner cheese building. And we do see fourth party Cashbox getting the tap, and we have Team Retwist on the high ground.
Yeah, Team Ed off to another hot start. I don't know if we expected anything less, but right now in this scenario, it does look like Team Retwist has the advantage. Llama with an aggressive jump pad there, just aping somebody. I can't quite make out the name. We're going to see a missed winch as well. T-Mill's playing this heady perfectly, playing his health perfectly as well. He's going to find some nice shots on spawns, has a two-man advantage, finds the second one on Brendy as well, and that's going to be a team wipe. All three falling to T-Mills. That's a lot of damage with that pike. And he really, for the
Those are good picks, T-Mills. I like that.
So yeah, that 3-tap is so good on that pike. But we're going to be going into this next fight. We have Team Ed versus Off-Key over on the other side of the map. Going to be looking to rotate with this sword dash. And we're going to see Risk get some clean shots on the way of him. And we're just going to heal that up with the H Infuser.
Yeah, I'm liking this. We're only seeing one mesh shield still in this lobby, by the way, and that is in the hands of Lamp. Everybody else has adopted the winch claw, and seeing a winch and a sword on the same team, the pairing that can happen with that is going to be crazy. We'll probably see a manipulated cash box here with that winch. At least that's what I would like to see, and maybe a forced steal. But instead, it looks like these two players are going to be heading back out.
You know, normally I'm a proponent for saying take height, but I'm kind of confused as to why they're taking height with a sword.
Some information here.
Yeah, it's fair.
They just, I think they're maybe trying to get info on where Team Ed is.
They are a bit far off site, so they are going to need a quick recovery here. As we do see Off-Key going for a steal. Team Ed a little bit late to the party. Gas is going off.
Oh, the goo fell on him.
But it doesn't matter. The stall does
unlucky.
Grad with one, Lamp with one, Lamp with two, shutting down the force steal of Off-Key. Great defense.
That's unlucky.
Out of Team Ed.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, we're going to see some crazy fight break out between fourth party Cashbox and Team Retwist. We have Retwist on the defensive, and they're going to be taking some big hits on spawns. Going to need to look to get that regen as we see Brutal Logic make his way into this point. They should potentially look for a force, but they do find this team and are able to look for an RPG. That RPG whiffs, however. T-Mills does drop to Llama, and now we're going to see Cartones drop, and it's just Brutal Logic left. It's looking quite dire for fourth party Cashbox against this Team Retwist. Having the high ground, and now Brutal Logic's going to potentially look for a body to reset.
Oh.
But unfortunately, he gets knocked away.
Yeah, Brutal Logic doesn't really have much of a choice here, and I think he just accepted his fate, took the team wipe there.
Tough situation.
Much at
So
all
Brutal, I
that you
messaged
would
Brutal and I told him, you know, good luck from
heavy
us and everything. And then he
check,
said,
20 bullets in your mag,
he said
you get
Appo
your
can't play
one.
on Saturdays,
You're
so
gonna get
they
traded out in
Cartoons
lobbies
is filling
like
in.
this. We do see
Gotcha.
Team Ed.
In case you're
They
wondering
just
why
looking
Cartoons is
dominant, man.
playing.
We didn't see what happened, but their plug that Cashbox is knocked over, I believe to be a C4 underneath it.
Yeah.
So they're protecting that C4 from any outside explosives. They got the stall in place.
And one thing to note here, whoever wins this cash box that Team Ed has current control of, they're going to be in a fantastic
nice
time
winch.
to control the pace
Oh,
of the
gets
game.
2.
With this fight breaking out over cash box,
Sheesh!
take that relatively
Fucking
easy
llama
win
goes
against
huge,
Team
bro.
Off-Key. They're going to have to get this plug.
I
If
just
they wanna get pace back, they might even
remade
want
the
to
thumbnail
go
and added you
fight
to it,
Team
and I
Ed
changed it
on this
already
third
on
party.
the stuff.
Fourth
So.
party cash
All right.
box is going to be coming in, forcing that drop, and we're going to see a fantastic.
I moved the
tight
PHL because it
come
was
the way
being
of
covered
Team
by
Ed.
The timestamp.
live.
This is
Yep.
looking like a pretty ugly stagger, and it has actually been staggered. Huge RPG coming in.
Nice
from them, but actually
RPG.
not as much damage as you would have thought. Nobody has fallen quite yet, as that heal is just insane. Mills is going to fall, but so does Lamp on the trade. Cartones is going to fall as well, and Lamp's going to get rezzed. Brad with another one. He can't be
Brad's
stopped. He's making
frying
plays
right now.
for
I don't know how many
season
kills he
right
has,
now, as
but
far
he
as
is
I'm
absolutely
concerned.
cooking.
Looking fantastic
Right.
this week. Fantastic last week, or this play day versus last play day. But across the map, we have Team Retwist taking on Off-Key yet again. They are in possession here, about halfway through, maybe a little bit less. Some nice long-range shots out of Brendy.
Oh,
Again,
what's up,
rare
Kret?
to- Not rare, but
What's up,
interesting to see
Kret?
Famaz picked over the
Kret's
pack,
double
especially on a
dipping,
map
bro.
like this,
I
where
love
there's
that out of
such
you.
long sight lines
Greedy.
and
Love that
angles
out
to
of you,
try to
baby.
get, but we're getting an aggressive push here out of Off-Key.
Oof.
Brendy with a counter pad, but he gets gooed off. I can't tell if that was a friendly goo or an unfriendly goo from who that belonged to. We do see him now in an advantageous position.
That's
and
fair.
the
It
other
happens.
enemy's going to get stuck
So it
in the
goes.
goo.
Yep.
Nobody quite
I feel you on that. I was checking my sleep reports earlier. I'm kind of cooked. Getting like 6 hours of sleep instead of 8.
Sword guy is going to go down in just a matter of time. Everyone is going down, but that's because fourth party Cashbox shows up and cleans house. That wasn't even to the hands of Retwist or Off-Key.
Yeah, and fourth party Cashbox making their advance. Honestly, I would have had a third party in the back of my mind, but I wouldn't have expected necessarily fourth party Cashbox. I would have been scared for Team Ed to continue their rampage through Bernal.
Cody, when you said make it a box, do you mean a 1-to-1 logo? So the text is so it's more so like if you look at like they're not here, but if I were to add a logo, it would either need to be the size of the name tag, or it would need to be like a little logo I can just put next to your name.
Lamp only has the mesh shield and a dome left in his reserves here, and we're going to be rotating away, trying to buy this space and reset on normalize as they rotate away.
However, I'm going to look into making a couple more graphics. The thing is just like I don't want too many scenes going on for these like community tournaments just because it's a lot on Sam. Like I'd love to have like a team screen where it shows you what teams are playing, but that's just a lot.
Looks like Off-Key is in possession of this 18,000.
We also have to set the schedule ahead of time to make that.
Normalized. He's going to find that as well. Lamp was res, but he's probably going to get taken out immediately, leaving Grad all by himself. But if anyone can do it, Grad can do it, especially with that 93R in his hands. We are going to see a plug across the map over at Cash Out B, and that one's going to belong to fourth party Cashbox. Spawns also using the 93R. Not quite making it look just the same as Grad, but he is putting out some solid damage here. And right now, we just need to see Team Retwist regain and regroup, as they do have possession of the spots. They can take first place as long as things stay exactly as they are right now. Spawns finds Brutal after Brutal found Brendy. Spawns just needs to stay alive here, in my opinion. I don't think they need to be forcing as much as they are.
Yeah, Llama and Spawn's looking for a reset. They do get Brendy back up, and if I were Off-Key, I would leave their point, which is kind of putting the whole lobby in a tough position because Team Ed might be over there fighting that. But if I'm Team Off-Key, you need to be fighting for that second place, that third place even at this point. You need to get ahead because you're basically guaranteed.
Yeah, they wind up in third place if Retwist caps us.
Nothing for AWP unless they're able to pair this with another one. But they got wiped and are being stolen from anyway, which is going to shake things up for Team Retwist. This Team Ed is the one that took it. So
come on, Cartoons.
Trying to find the entries, trying to get the steal here. But it's not even going to matter because nobody's passing Team Ed. This, again, is going to be for second place. We do have Llama in a one-on-one with Brutal Logic. He's going to win that one. Spawns won his as well. Fourth party does get wiped, but Grad shows up. If they cause some disruption here, this could be absolutely backbreaking for Team Retwist. They are being stolen from. Only 2 alive left for Retwist. I don't know if anyone's in position for the stop. Nobody is.
And Team Ed takes that.
Gets
What?
it.
Team Ed is taking everyone's lunch.
Oh my god.
And they're going to show everyone why they deserve
This is great for fourth party cash box though. This keeps them in second place.
They're going to maybe start some momentum going into this. So I don't think there's any chance for anyone to take this. It's gonna
He's also in our Discord, Utopian.
And we see Team Retwist go down. There's gonna be no chance for them to even
Brutal, yeah.
second place.
Yeah.
Everything's set in stone here. We're just gonna be going
That's who we're
to
pulling
clean
for.
up and get those kills to pad their stats.
All
right.
Shout out Brutal Logic.
I like the second stop or the second place there. That's good for them.
Confirmed Final Central fan.
I don't believe anybody had the ability to even pass them. So
Confirmed,
I mean,
guaranteed.
Team Ed is looking scary. They're looking like the
I'm gonna grab a
zero
let's see.
Brit, in my opinion, that we saw last year. But it's cool to see this team taking it so seriously. They've been scrimming so hard. I catch all the late night streams, and seeing the growth of this team that was put together essentially at the end of last season is very cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is a killing of a match. If you're Team Ed, you are so hype right now. Going into this third game on Fortune Stadium, I think people need to just be a little bit less afraid of them. I'm not sure if it's fear, but they seem to be getting such free rotations. But, I mean, it is well-deserved because every time they fight a team, they do get a clean team wipe, and their kites are just immaculate. We do see some fantastic kites coming the way of Brendy leading his.
Is that SR84 on the bonus page, Cret?
We do see fourth party cash box.
The battle pass
out that last point because of Team Ed's take there.
Yeah, that has to be so frustrating to deal with if you're Team Retwist. Heading into Fortune, we can see more or less a lot of the same. There's a lot of fast travel opportunity built into
people are already finishing the battle pass. That's crazy.
That can happen as well.
No, dude, I'm like,
and if it's gone anything like these first 2 games, the pacing has definitely been a little bit wonky.
Oh god, we already have a Steam listing for Black Ops 7, dude.
Get vault pretty much at the same time, but it definitely makes for a crazy spectator experience and crazy.
You know what's great though?
When you see those 20 or 30
we get included with Game Pass, so.
You know what's great? I'm honestly, I don't think I'm even gonna touch it this year. Yeah, only for zombies.
Lamp probably go back to Winchclaw.
Black Ops 9 in 2031. That's gracious, bro. At this rate, it might be 2028.
I do still think the
2028, maybe even 2027, dude.
I just think it's probably the best meta pick for mediums right now. You do see the FAMAS maybe getting a little bit of pick because of how good the hip fire is and how
there you go. Yep. Black Ops 11 and 23.
Yep, exactly. Now you're right. Yep.
Just far and beyond is a better pick there. Whereas if you're going to be going more close range, I think the model might be a little bit more advantageous. So
I hate the FAMAS. Yeah, it's kind of weird feeling right now.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I'm shocked that we actually haven't seen the model come out from Brendy. We've seen a lot of model this season. It's definitely made a bit of a resurgence, which is cool to see, especially because it's just not in that same state it was, where it was two-tapping everything. It's still an exciting weapon to see, but feels a lot more balanced and in place. But nevertheless, we are getting started here on map number 3 of our Group A. We're going to have a couple of early fights going on. Brendy still on the FAMAS. Love to see that. Thank you, Burrito. Goated camera work. But we have Team Retwist and Team Ed fighting over this vault number 2, which means fourth party cash box and off key are going to be.
Did you talk to Caesar at all?
Across the map. We do see a delayed.
No, I went.
That is a smart move.
I went to the gym. I came back and immediately cooked.
We do see spawns.
Ate dinner, watched a Causers video of some kid saying they beat him in a ranked match. And then
it's an aggressive play,
took a shower and shaved, and then hopped right back on. That's been it.
Better one to defend if you are on the defensive team. So heads up play out of spawns, because we did see Llama and Brendy all the way off the map. So that was 100% a Spawn's call. Across the map, though, we do have some engagements taking place. Team Mills is finding reses, and he's finding picks as well with that Pyke, somewhat of a Pyke specialist, if you will. Spawns in a one-on-one against Grad, and he's actually going to win that one with that 93R. So nice to see that. Normalize does take out Llama.
Nice. Fourth party got the wipe on off queue. I love that.
Else took out Brendy, so I'm going to eat my words a little bit here, as it looks like a pretty easy flip for Team Ed, but I do still like that play out of Spawns.
Yeah, it looked like Grad got a little bit too much value before he was able to get picked off by Spawns. Spawns had a good peel, but it was just slightly a little bit too late there. But now we're going to be going ahead with this next cash box. The points aren't terribly staggered. They're all the way across the map, so it's not going to be much opportunity to go from point to point. We're going to be knocking this thing out, and now we're going to be going into an engagement versus off-key, using that Pyke to his advantage. Not going to be able to hit much shots there, just taking a little bit of damage.
Ooh, Cartoons is in a bad spot. Yep.
And it dying very quickly into a 3v1.
So I'm going to see if Geo is available for...
As we see some great shots come the way of him.
Or I don't know if they've been doing... They haven't been running ads this season, have they?
You played that position pretty well.
I haven't seen any, no. Not really.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're not doing ads anymore.
Keep them guessing as well. It does look like Twink
has
a pretty solid position as Epi finds another one with the sword.
I like that.
You reach out to Burrito and ask.
Disruption here. Team's not exactly accustomed to dealing with that. We are
What's up, Kai?
Attempted flip as well from Epi, aggressive, being the light, hopping the steal. He doesn't get the kill, but he puts out enough damage for Twink and Risk to get those kills. And fourth party Cashbox is going to get wiped. So a really nice take out of off-key here, and a bit of a sign of life. We do have Brendy giving some back shots right now to Team Ed. There's not a lot of time to work with.
Back
just
shots?
like that, Team Ed flips the script. 2 out of Lamb.
I did shave, yeah, I was trying.
And that is going to be another reset for Team Retweet.
Literally, like, just before the stream.
These boxes are going to end up in the hands.
Brother said back shots.
Yeah, bro.
I think that's going to be the case. There's still some time.
Did you see what I texted you, by the way, earlier? I texted you several things, but specifically Jerry's comment on our video. Or on our stream, actually.
We're going to have to make a Hail Mary play on this point. But with it being so far out in the open, it's going to be very
He just said he was like worth it for the ice cream or something. And I said, how many casters have or watch party open?
So they're going to have to throw their
It actually makes me really wholesome if that's true.
Because Waltz does,
really happy.
or Waltz said he does, and I think Jerry does. Because I mean, how did he find that fast? Well, he responded quick.
I know we did that. We were like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
And on the other side of the map, we see a fight break out between Team Retwist and Team Ed. And it's going to go lookingly...
I gotta put these pretzels away, bro. They're too good.
As graduating looks for a reset.
Yeah, Grad's got to take his time here, and if you're Team Retwist, I think you kind of just push this plug because you can force a ridiculous stagger right now as Vault 3 is about to get plugged. Vault 4 hasn't even been tapped yet, so we're looking at...
I was like, if the casters have the watch party open, does that mean Artie knows every time I say he's flirting with me? I hope so.
He might. He might just, actually.
The eyes, I get lost in him.
So
he does be giving you the stare, bro.
He's looking right at me.
He gives you the NVIDIA eyesight.
There.
God. Oh, God.
Somebody as well, but Brutal Logic is going to find one on Lamp.
Live backshot kill out. Sam shaved? Yeah, he did.
I did.
I would never. I want you to know that I'd never shave. Never.
I shave like once a month.
I never go clean shaven.
It's too much work for me otherwise. I actually don't grow facial hair like that evenly, so it really just looks worse on me more than anything. It's kind of just like the thing though, where it's like I realize it's long and I'm like, it's gotta go, and then I cut it, shave it off.
They're going to be able to get a little bit of an advantage because if Team Ed allowed off-key to get this plug, they would have had an easier time to flip over that first place. But now we're going to be seeing, with that wipe, enough time to make up 1 minute.
I want to see it. Yep.
Over on the way of Retwist. We have Team Ed coming in full force. And if I were Team Retwist with the performance Team Ed is having, I'd be a little bit nervous here.
Yeah, Team Ed is looking intimidating. You touched on it at the end of last game. Teams are actually looking afraid, and I do think that's a real thing. I think teams were afraid of Bricked last season. I think teams might be afraid of Ed early on this season.
Really?
What?
Scared of it? No, I get don't get me wrong. Ed is a great team, but like
they're top. They're top of the whole thing right now.
I know, but to be like for teams to be scared of them though, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, the question is, do you want to keep egoing them, or would you rather try to farm and third party each other the rest of the time?
But it's still just interesting.
All you need to do is stay alive as long as you possibly can. A crazy
Check
stick on that
DMs.
jump pad, but now we have the box falling 4 or 5 levels. Again, we see a hop, but we have quickly run out of time. A beautiful kite, a beautiful stall at a team retwist, and I think that's just what happens. They did have about a minute on that push, but I think that's just what happens when things collapse and things start to get forced there. Team Ed's gonna get wiped, and across the map we have about.
What are these loadouts?
Left on cash out D.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing fourth-party cash boxes sit tight, play some good.
Are these troll loadouts? Is that what they're meant to be? Or like, is this an attempt at like a meta? Because if it's meta, that's crazy work.
For that teammate, get some good shots, but that's
I can try too. I won't show on stream.
Have to look for some value here. Gonna glitch that dome, and now they're gonna be going all in with that sword, getting some crazy multi hits.
Wait, why is it? That's crazy.
To get this stall, he's gonna be.
Okay, I guess I can't show you. It keeps stealing focus from the stream.
Another forced attempt coming from Llama.
It's low key smart. It's definitely something.
And it looks like they're gonna get it. Epi comes in to try and
it's low key something.
And we're gonna see retwist win this point, coming all the way over from the other side of the map, forcing that and fighting off the chaos. And
poor Llama, he's like, I can't get up.
Fantastic position.
He tried going over that goo wall like 6 different times.
Have a great opportunity at a first place if they do get a plug here. So that plug and that tap is going to be extremely important.
Yeah,
for them
thank
to
you. It'll be
break
easier to
away
look at.
from Team Ed chasing them.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a vital
bow
miss
glitching.
Out of Epi there. I'm not sure if that was a tactical miss or
what
not.
Is this?
They want somebody else to pass.
Look at the heavy one.
I mean, the heavy one's definitely the best out of the.
I don't know about that.
To take first place, at least as things are standing right now.
Actually, the medium one's
thermal
kind of
using
too.
Viz for top play. That's nutty.
Potentially can be the first team to hand Team Ed their second place or worse finish.
Yeah.
Some nice shots coming in from Brandy on Cartones. Mills is going to find that fast.
I didn't even realize Cartones was running in Viz.
We
haven't seen much of any teams run thermal just because invisibility is just not as prevalent as it was.
To go for a reset here, take his time. They are.
I mean, with H+, what are you going to give up for it?
We're going to be seeing a flip more likely than
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, Gateway is a must-have, and H+ is a must-have, so you have one more slot.
Glitch is a must-have.
Have to run Glitch, so yeah. It's really...
I'd say if you're going to drop one, you might have to drop Gateway if you're that dead set on running thermal. And that's really a hot take, but all of them are hot takes.
We have a massive engagement going on.
I mean, you're throwing if you're not running H+ at least right now, at least in the current meta.
I mean, honestly, even Gateway and Glitch, they're just so, all three are so useful.
Yep.
And
about 60 seconds left.
One thing we're going to see fourth-party Cashbox go and try and take the point of Team Ed. Nobody's even over there defending it, so getting this flip could actually put them in second place and Team Ed in last if we see Team Retwist able to win this. And it looks like they're going to have a great opportunity to flip this, and now Team Ed might be stuck in third place here.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's looking like. I mean, 10 seconds left on the spawn.
They griefed out Team Ed, put him in third.
Less than 12 seconds
that's crazy.
To actually get the steal. So
I don't know if it was intentional, but I love that.
Team Ed will not only fall to second, but fall to third. And it looks like Team Retwist is going to take a first place finish here, as an attempted steal has.
Hey, that's 2 second place finishes fourth party. I take that. That's big right now.
Again, I don't think they had enough time on that one anyway, as Team Retwist.
All right, I gotta put these pretzels away, or else I'm gonna eat them all. So give me 1 second.
Yeah, I think that was just Team Ed feeling themselves just a little bit, coming out hot off of those.
I can't. I'm sorry. Sam's gonna get mad at me.
First place wins in a row. They wanted to go for first yet again, hoping nobody would take their point. Honestly,
Sam's gonna yell at me, and I can't take that.
Get
right
that
now.
second place. You've already done so well. But honestly, it's going to be tough for teams to catch up if they keep up this kind of performance. But getting that second place probably would have been a little bit more conservative in their play and better in the long run. Because getting that last point when all 4 teams were there and then being able to steal that would have been a little bit tough.
Yeah, and just a quick note here. Epi had 12 kills there.
Yeah,
Epi
dude.
absolutely doing everything he can in the
That's
slang
crazy.
department to try and get those finances up. But unfortunately, the cash boxes and cash outs are just not swinging their way. We still have 2 more maps in this group A, and the next one we are going to be playing on is Vegas. So I'm very excited about that one. A lot of DMAT potential on Vegas with all the corridors and just indoor engagements that do end up taking place. Every once in a while, you see some crazy aerial battles on that sky bridge, but for the most part, I feel like Vegas actually plays like a close quarters map.
Yeah, I definitely think it's kind of that mid to close quarters map. You have some great line of sights in those hallways, which gives some advantageous situations to more of the FAMAS, the Pike, and maybe the ARN 93R. But you do have such close quarters that enable that SA-12 to really shine, as we've seen on some of these other maps, such as Fortune Stadium. We see that SA-12 and Winchclaw being so volatile on this map. I think we're going to get a similar narrative. I do think the setups on Vegas for these cash outs are going to be a little bit less advantageous for the defending team. I don't think you're going to have as much ability to pull them out, but I'm going to be excited to see what kind of setups we see with this Winchclaw, with the pads, and with the DMATs.
So we're on Group A right now.
Yeah,
Who's in Group B?
I definitely think we may be in store for something new, just from
Who are we expecting?
Let me check. I'm not actually sure.
To start off this season, there were a few
Day 2 and A. All right. So Group B is Bricked, Nether, Via, and Steppers.
Faces come into the league and new ideas are spread.
I have the feeling that's going to be an absolute just slam by Brick the entire time.
Number 4.
And then Group C is Ape Aura, Scallywags, Refine, and Rabble Rousers. Ape Aura looked okay. They looked pretty solid. Scallywags and Rabble Rousers were kind of not great. Refine is going to pop off probably with Uni, Lasagna, and Gremlin. So, yeah.
Forcing the hand of Team Retwist, and Retwist growing a bit impatient, forcing the engagement here. Not completely necessary in my opinion. We're going to see a quick res as Llama passes over that trophy. As Brendy will get the defib on spawns, and we are actually going to see Epi find one as well on spawns. Llama with the whack taking out Twink, but Epi with the sword is absolutely causing mayhem. Brendy
Chaka doesn't hate his ult.
Against Wrist, it is looking like he has a
what the freak?
He can get a quick revive, hopefully, but instead an engagement ensues. Oh my
Going
goodness,
down to
Brendy
HP. That was crazy.
Smokes Wrist, had no business winning that fight. Point blank range against a shotgun and 100 less health. Brendy, you're an absolute animal.
Yeah, see, this is one of the staple setups that you do see Team Ed going to be pulling this point out, dematting it out, and winching it. They do have the ability to bring it a little bit closer, but I do think the parking garage is a fantastic point to drop this point down into, to really promote those long line of sight so they don't have to commit too hard onto these forced points. That fourth party cash box might be looking for going to demat this down and break that C4.
Here's my question to you. What do you feel like is so far
as a look to
like the most entertaining to watch map?
Yeah, that's the thing with
entertaining to watch map.
Yeah, like not from like what plays the best. Like, what do you feel like we see the best of the best, like in terms of player performance, like on maps? Like, what's the most entertaining?
Like clockwork, Grad is gonna find Cartones and rinse.
Say Fortune, maybe.
Gonna wipe fourth party cash box.
And maybe
Fortune, really?
Yeah, Fortune or
Brett says Soul.
Yeah,
I don't think Soul is that entertaining to watch. It's okay.
Doing relatively well in their position.
I'd say Fortune or Sis probably.
Looking for those heals, but I think he's a little bit late to the party generally for his
Sis. You see a lot of just like
and sort of lacking there.
Gameplay mechanic outplay, like in that sense, because the map is very straightforward.
Right.
I think Vegas has opportunity for really fun fights, and I see some crazy stuff happen in Vegas, but the map is so big that it's like there's a lot of downtime. Like right now, there's so much downtime.
Right. No, I agree with you.
So I was also gonna say Monaco, low key.
Or a different look here, if you will. It looks like Mills has already
with all the rooftops and stuff. There's some pretty good fights, but yeah, I think Fortune. If I had to guess, if I had to just go off of what I'm thinking right now, probably Fortune.
Llama and
Right.
has no
That's fair.
idea about it. But
Vegas is the worst map.
the clock
Kyoto's
is
better
just
shoot me.
ticking,
I
and now
might have to
another
shoot you,
team
Cred. I'm sorry.
has
Yeah, I
also
should shoot
made
you for
their
that
way
one. Sorry.
into this
I
situation.
might.
So this is not looking good for anyone.
Oh,
but Team
my.
Retwist, as long as they can embrace this, but Spawns is going to get picked off in a less than ideal situation.
I'll tell you what, the winch claw keeps things very interesting to watch.
One from Brendy, one from
By
It's
far the most
honestly
entertaining gadget
like-
to watch happen.
It's so fun, and I feel like I don't know what changed this season to make it so much more used. Or like I guess people have just gotten better with it.
I don't think he did
Yeah.
not get it. Yeah,
Bro, I
that
think it's for
was
the
so
stall and
close.
stuff currently.
So Team Retwist is
No, I
It
know. I
was a
just feel
nerf
like
for charge and slam.
almost played perfectly there out of
What?
lucky on
What'd
the
you say?
timing, but
It was the
unfortunately
nerf for
not able
charge
to
and
get
slam.
nobody was using charge. and
Nobody
slam
was
in-
using charge and
in
slam
high
for a
levels.
league.
It's considered
Or
like
high
one of the
level.
worst specializations.
Yep.
On heavy.
1 HP. Carton's gonna be not gonna be able to get that reset.
Yeah,
because
it's considered
you're
like
gonna
a
see this
very,
team just
very,
sit on Brutal Logic's body.
quote-unquote
As we
noob
get the
heavy
taps on
specialization.
both points, and we're gonna see
You ready? You down to do a Final
Team
Central
get
after our
that
stream tonight?
in over on Vault.
I
Honestly,
don't know,
Carton's look for the
honestly.
reset.
I don't know if
He
I'll
has
be
plenty
free
of pressure
like
around
later
him, but on
tonight.
the other side of the map, we see
Okay.
Team Ed taking some huge damage from Team Retwist.
I might.
Team Retwist
I'll keep you
looks like they're
updated.
gonna be going down to that fight. Brendy Spawns dropping. As
I got a
Team
case
Ed
of high
stays
noons in the
up
fridge,
and
is all I'm
healthy, getting
saying.
those heals out. I'm sure Grad's doing a fantastic job over
That's all the
there.
information I'll say right now.
Team wipe Team Retwist.
Yeah, I mean, that looked like a pretty convincing fight if all the information we had was those health bars on the side there. Team Ed staying healthy pretty much the whole time, and it looks like Off-Key is going to pretty handily win this engagement against fourth party Cashbox. We do still have
I will say
Team
these
Alive.
NA
It looks like
groups, I
Off-Key's
think,
just kinda getting
are going to be a
ready
little
to
more
reposition,
not entertaining today
get
compared
set
to
up, because we
other
haven't had
groups.
much
Think so?
time.
Yeah, compared to
We've
the
seen
U
a
groups.
lot of,
Yeah,
true
it's
setups,
it's
at least
pretty
in this
like
match. It's been a lot of
a top
instant
seed team
action,
against
instant plugs. Llama's gonna miss his
pretty
wish
much
there,
the
but he's
bottom
gonna get
of
counter
the
winch
leaderboard
from
currently.
Lamp. As you pointed out, Lamp is on the winch
So,
block.
I mean, it might be,
As well, so we have a
but
2v2
I think
match
it's going to
going
be
on
like
against
one
Brendy
team kind of
Spawns.
slams everybody, and then it's a fight for
Brendy's
second.
such a good medium, always
That's
right
fair.
on his heavy,
It's going to be
always
like 2023 to 2024 Max Verstappen in F1,
just on the other side.
where everybody was just like, who comes in second?
So we have two fully stacked teams yet again. This cash out C is manipulated into the middle of the street.
It's one-dimensional, so
Not
is
exactly
winch.
something you want to see if you are anybody trying
What
to push
is?
that. Llama trying to get
I'm
a
back
pick
to number
here,
one
but
chatter in the
instead
Discord.
Grad's
Where's
gonna
my
find
Yap
one,
trophy?
and so is
Do we have a
Lamp.
new role that
Brendy's
goes between
gonna
people and
get
it's like
one, and
deep, like
actually, this could be
like
kind
number
of
one
winnable if he
yapper?
plays his life well.
Damn,
Both
can you build a
players
bot
in
that
Team
checks
Oh
how
my
many
God.
chat messages it
Ed
has
get wiped here
and
as
gives
well. Brendy's
the
just
number
gotta
one
slow it
yapper
down,
to
go
the
for a
person?
reset.
It
Fourth party
depends.
Cashbox is on his team,
Yeah,
but
it
not
depends
that much
on
time to work
if
with. If anyone's
the
getting
thing we use to
gonna
track
be
all that
Party
is has an
after all
API.
that hard work that Team Retwist did.
Number
They need to
one
go
yapper.
across the map
D1
because it does look
yapper.
exactly like that.
That's what I'm
Team
saying.
Ed
It'd
was
be really
wiped,
funny.
And Team Retwist going for the reset over on D.
Yeah, but it's not to say that every team is in a good position. If we
Sorry, yeah,
Just
but-
hanging out
get
is
this
so
cash
funny.
box, every team is
I've got
gonna
literally like
run for the
4
first, second, or
freaking
third
bots
place.
I'm trying to build at the moment.
So it's going to be going down to this
No,
next fight
work
to
on
see
the
if
main
they are
one.
able to get the advantage. We're going to get a ribbit coming out the way.
I was joking.
of
No.
Marshy,
But I'm saying
as
like,
his box looks like it's under a little bit of distress over here.
he's too
Maybe
late. Oh,
not
never
the
mind.
most ideal time to be ripping that out, but I think he might just be a showman, and that's what it's all about. I'm all
Utopian
about
said I'm the
showmanship,
D2
all
yapper.
about the clips. Brutal Logic's actually gonna find a C4 kill there on Epi, the light. One of the few builds in the game you'll probably get that C4 with. Mills takes out Brendy. Llama finds Mills. Wrist finds Llama.
What is
Cartones
happening?
finds Spawns. It is absolute mayhem in the kill feed. Cartones last man alive for fourth party Cashbox. Retwist has already.
Finny's
been wiped.
status says
See a
that
res
he is
coming in,
geeked on
so at
good
least
cushion
Cartones
alcohol.
has
What
some
happened?
company
I
here.
don't know, but he's
But
too
Off-Key
young to be saying those
looking
words.
healthy, and they're looking like they're trying to cause some mayhem. Meanwhile, Team Ed's the one with the money. Team Ed's the one in first place, and Team Ed is the one in control of Cash Out B.
Yeah, and we
Someone
have
call us
a good
Peepaw.
amount of time to get Vault 6 in there.
Can't be
It's
saying
gonna
those words.
take a little bit of time to open this vault up and get this in, but I do think it's going to be able to get split. I don't think any team here would want to go for the double, except potentially Team Ed to secure that second place. But if I were them,
Unreleased
Stone here,
Ospoos
probably the
flavor.
best option. We're going to be going in. Epi's going to be looking for some damage. Going to be at 1 bar left.
It's probably that because I think you brought it up,
Escape with that sword dash as Marshy
the other
looks to
day.
potentially coin in.
Who?
You.
And we're going to be getting Brutal Logic getting taken out by that sword. Epi's just going to be going
Maybe.
right in. No
But we
fear.
were talking about the Rock Squibbler video we participated in.
feel.
We were talking about how like we were singing that the whole time.
I just don't think this lobby is really prepared to deal with such a high-level player. It's just not something you really have to deal with. Epi
7 billion compressed milligrams of caffeine.
Still manages to stay alive.
Oh my
The
god.
Ospu's got him geeked. Is crazy.
As well. Team Retwist is going to fall. We have about.
Has anybody ever taken a 5-hour energy? I look at those and they're scary.
They're scary. Anytime I see a cross on next to like one of the calorie things is when I get scared.
I think they should be doing, but
I stay away from all energy,
like anything.
The only ones I drink are the Ghost.
I drink Celsius, and I have to like make sure I space it out, otherwise I get a headache. If I drink it too close to when I had coffee.
Right. Yeah, I just stay away from like all that energy stuff for ulterior reasons, but also that it is a little scary.
I would say if you're gonna do like drink an energy drink or caffeine, I would say that the Celsius is probably not bad.
Yeah, the only ones I guess I've technically drank them because I have like like the yerbs. I've had a couple yerbs. Those are technically considered energy drinks.
Yeah.
Because of how much is in them.
And now they're in a great position to get second place if Offkey doesn't go for this thing.
Did you so did you get the update that you were texting me about or no?
No, I have not, but they posted it
I saw it on Twitter.
X, the Everything app.
Yeah, I read through it.
Did you see that it doesn't interface with the car? That's just
not yet.
Like, what's even the point?
They'll probably slow roll that out.
I guess. I mean, I'd rather it. I don't know. I'd rather them just wait to release it at that point.
Don't call it X the Everything app.
Just not much is happening. We do have off.
That's what it is.
Don't call it that. Why?
It's the Everything app.
It's X the Everything app.
It's X the Everything app.
Lamp doing everything he can to do as much damage as possible. He's gonna fall.
See, y'all trying to Ospu's when they put on sale. Absolutely, bro. I can hide the tiger in me.
Narrow $4,000 margin.
And I do like what Team Ed did there. They did.
You can say it's yucky, but it is the Everything app.
But they know that
it is the Everything app.
Because it's X.
Everything on there.
Yeah, because it's X, the Everything app.
Yeah, it has everything on there.
It is exactly what it says it is. And it says that it's X.
Everything on there.
The Everything app.
So that's gonna really
Twitter.
I don't see no bird.
Even further from those
Real.
continual.
I do see everything though.
I do see everything on X, the Everything app.
Yeah, yeah, the Everything app.
Are you sad or happy that we were not streaming when we were doing our anime bit last night?
That Team Ed is doing right. Everything. I mean,
for ulterior reasons.
Been on point. Their retakes have been fantastic.
Yes and no.
The slaying power is obviously there.
I don't. I see rage bait. It's not rage bait, brother.
I like what I'm seeing out of Epi though. Very
I promise.
see this sword pop
it's just the Everything app.
We do have one more map though.
My favorite thing on X, the Everything app, is when people like to any question ever respond at Grok. Like to everything.
Oh, I know.
Like today I tripped and fell because my shoes weren't tied. So I says at Grok, how do I tie my shoes? Like it happens every single time.
So funny. It's like, hey Grok, is this guy tweaking or what? Like what's going on with that?
Fantastic. It takes 2 to 3 shots to
do the viewership swing between YouTube and Twitch just between streams is crazy.
What do you mean?
It seems a little bit
just like Twitch was popping off earlier and now it's YouTube. Like everybody, like Utopia literally just switched from Twitch over to YouTube.
That's so funny.
Whereas Kret was by himself in YouTube and whatever to Twitch during the EU stream. It's just like all over the place.
So actually, one of my
where is Handsome Man Waltz? I actually don't know. I was surprised to see him not on the caster desk. He might show up in a later series.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of games.
Yeah. Merch is pretty consistently on there now. I think last season was like kind of training / audition in a way. Audition's not the right word, but you get what I mean. Like getting his feet wet, and now he's like, I think he's on there like kind of full time, like Rio and Waltz.
I think the standard map was relatively liked by a lot of players, but when you have those ranked tournaments and old tournaments, breakout play on suspended structures, that's
merch. Can I have some?
Because it just becomes overwhelmingly dominantly range, meta, headglitch,
I mean,
etc. So
if you wanted merch, we could see what we can do.
Wow. It's gonna be interesting to see what these heavies pull out.
I wonder how hard it is to actually launch a merch store, like a real one.
Probably the best pick on this map.
What do you mean though?
Potential nerfed, but
Like if somebody wanted merch, how hard would it be to like set that
there's
up?
a bunch of websites that will do it.
There's stuff through Streamlabs. But like I don't know, like do we have to handle like the inventory for that, or how does that work? I don't know how any of that works.
And now Marshy getting that trade onto spawns. Marshy finally going down.
I'm a YouTube frog, but they only stream on Twitch. We know that's why we multi-stream it. Nah, that's one of our things with Prohubs. Like we actually like collaborate with Prohubs pretty often. Like Waltz and Rio and everybody, like we talk to them about this entire thing that we do. And so part of that conversation was the fact that we actually do provide reach to them on other platforms. So that's why you might see.
You should genuinely check out some of our podcasts with Waltz and Rio because they're quite heavily involved in Prohubs.
Yeah,
and you get a lot of cool behind the scenes kind of talk and.
Yeah, they also have their own podcast called The Vault, which is very good.
He is playing his life very well. Unfortunately, Brutal Logic has fallen. A bit of an interesting engagement that we're seeing.
I actually love. We should see if
we do have Cash Out B that is plugged to the hands of.
You think Burrito would be willing to hop on?
Of the cathedral, or
I'm sure.
A bit beyond it as well.
We should hit him up.
We have so many people that we need to hit up.
Yeah, but I think Burrito would actually be really cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good advantage if they do end up winning one of these points.
Maybe we schedule that for. I don't know if they're doing a break between the weeks or not. They might not be. We could ask. I mean, it's easy to ask. I literally played with Burrito the other day on World Tour with him and Waltz.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, Waltz was streaming, and I jumped in his chat. It was a couple weeks ago now. It was like I got back from Magic, and I joined his stream, and he was like, "You want to run some games?" I was like, "Oh, I guess." I jumped in with them. I cooked too. I was absolutely frying. I don't know what was going on. Had the dog in me though. How's Grad, Lamp, and Norm doing? They're slamming. They've been slamming. I think they're like low-key. I don't want to say people are starting to grief them a little bit, but people definitely earlier were avoiding them. And now it seems like they might be trying to pressure them into third place instead. So, but they are playing very well.
Both points. This is wild.
Yeah, what is this lobby right now? I mean,
also doubled cash box for first series is crazy.
Right.
Those are the 8Ks in there.
Trying to do something like this, Cartones trying to get those heals off as well.
Also seeing a lot.
So, chat, I might head out for a bit. It will be Sam, but he's the cooler streamer anyways.
That's not true.
So you're not missing out. That is true.
It's not true. It's simply not true.
That's true.
It's simply not true. Who am I gonna flirt with?
You're the better streamer and the better screamer with that, and the S is silent. So. Yeah, Sword Nerf is clearly in high effect. Yeah, exactly. But yep. Take care of Sam. Make sure he's safe. Refill his food and water bowl.
Oh my god.
Because he does get angsty when it's empty.
I'm so alone.
See, he's already in shambles.
I'm so alone.
So just keep chatting. Make sure he feels safe.
I'm so alone.
They're gonna have a good opportunity.
He's opening stream deck.
I'm so alone.
I'm
I'm switching it to the one-person screen.
Yeah.
Big teddy bear.
Give him more pretzel sticks.
I might, bro. I might binge eat because I'm sad that my Pookie's gonna leave me for the evening. Are you leaving for the whole evening?
What do you mean?
Like, is this the last we're seeing of you for the rest of the stream?
I'll probably hop in towards group, like mid-group C, middleweight group C.
On the pike, on the rooftop there. So that's away from
I miss a day, get late to the next one. As soon as I get here, there's a sword player on my screen. Don't worry, we're just as surprised as you are. You also missed a riot shield in the EU games, which is not the first time it's happened.
It's also been a while. How are you? It's been quite a while since I've seen you in the chat.
Of the building, peeking through the windows, they have a nice
we're doing good.
On this cash out that
yeah, there was a riot shield. It was I forget what team it was. I can tell you later, but
this has been sniffed out by Offkey. They do know, at least relatively, what they're working with. But fourth party cash box, they know that
we were just talking about Cody's leaving me to go hang out with his other bears.
yet again,
I'm not a special bear anymore.
You're my special bear.
I'm not your special bear.
You're my favorite little bear.
I'm not your special
on the
bear
other side of the
anymore.
map, we're going to
It's
see
okay.
some clean resets come of the way of Team Ed. It looks
It's okay,
like we're
bro.
gonna see a
I
point
understand.
come in from Llama as we do get
That's it,
huge
chat.
from Brutalati
4-hour
taking
Sam
out
crying
Epi.
stream starting
They're
right now.
trying to stop that
No.
Sam depression stream starting
Just
right
you,
now.
it's just you looking at the camera.
It's just me weeping the entire time. Just
not allow Epi to coin because that's
That'd be
going to
kinda
offer them
intense.
another opportunity to try
you
and
like
take
hear me
the position.
choking up slightly. It's like me.
Yeah, every
actually,
time you
and deny the
every
rest.
time you donate bits, he cries a little
Yeah,
harder.
they're playing this pretty much perfectly. I love this. Like,
Holy snap.
Are we far enough in to where like probably I would get in trouble for saying something like kind of wild into the stream or?
No, we hold.
Oh, I gotta hold strong. Damn.
Yeah, we gotta hold strong.
I'll put it in
for
the
all
Discord
future
chat
watch
then.
parties.
I'll
For
put it in the
all
Discord chat
future
then.
watch parties, we need to hold strong.
You say hold strong,
We
you're
have a-
literally leaving me. That's crazy.
No,
Bro
I
says
got it.
we as if he's gonna be involved in any of this. I hope he knows when he leaves, it's going off the rails.
Oh no, we have.
I'm
a
switching from
reputation
Celsius to
uphold.
High Noon the second he leaves.
No, we have a reputation.
What reputation? Bro was
His
late to the
reputation.
party and early to leave. He's that guy.
I play Among Us, dude. What is this? 2021? The heck?
Twink and Fist.
Oh, he's going to play Roblox or something, probably.
That's crazy. No, I'm not playing anything.
Where are you going? Tell us your evening plans.
My evening
Specifically
plans
address and
are-
time.
I'm going to look through photos to get them printed out at Walgreens.
Oh my god.
Think
That's
that's
so sentimental of you.
This match is
Yep.
honestly
You
I
sap.
gotta get them. I gotta get them sent out before
situation as we saw
next
on
week.
Wait, you have to
last
print them and
map.
then send them out?
And we're going to be going. It's
Or I'm getting 'em
relatively
scanned,
interesting to
sorry.
see who gets this plug and who are able to hold
Oh.
it.
And that
He
takes
is
up
such
to
a
7 to like
volatile
10
point.
business
There's
days.
no
So
setup required.
Wait,
It's
what?
already
I gotta
out
get them
open.
sent out. I'm getting them scanned. Like I'm getting
I don't know
physical
how
photos
team's gonna take
scanned
this.
and then like digitized.
Yeah, this everyone talks about.
Is this
the
for your
hospital
passport?
on Seoul as we have a little
No.
engagement going on here. Everyone talks about the hospital.
Okay.
on Seoul.
I have an
No one's
appointment for my
talking about
passport
this beat
on
right
August
here on
1st because that's the
Monaco
only
outside
appointment they have
Cathedral.
opening.
This is an
The
absolutely
entire month is
brutal
taken.
point to
That's
play.
crazy.
The only
So,
way you really
I
get
know.
it is if you get griefed into getting it. We do see
I
an
scheduled it
aggressive
last
play,
month.
so
Yeah,
When
that's
we
crazy.
talked about it.
eat my words.
Yep.
As fourth party Cashbox gets one of
You might
the
be able to
easiest
low-key
steals
walk
with
in
the
at
nobody
in
really
Vegas and get it
pays
done.
attention on it. I guess that's another
Oh,
way
oh,
we're
when
gonna
we
go
were in
the
Vegas.
highway route.
Maybe.
Epi's is gonna take out Randy with that sword.
Stop by in some small town.
So we have
You know, on the
Now
way.
coming in to make his own attempt at stealing
Possibly.
this. Gonna try and get it back from fourth party
Good
Cashbox.
God.
He does not want this flip
All right,
to
gang.
happen. I'm not
See
sure
you in a
why they're
bit.
trying to
Yep,
protect
Sewell got
the
you, bro.
point for them.
Yep.
This is a fantastic good
All right.
point.
Have
but
a good one,
we're gonna
guys.
see Kurt
I'll
take
see you
the
guys in a
off
little
angle
bit.
and defend
All
that. I
right,
do like that
goodbye.
play through that
Lots of
good
love.
Bye.
IQ play.
Mwah.
Now they're gonna try and
Mwah.
destroy this, wrench
Goodbye.
this thing out, and now it's gonna be way harder. to
Chad,
steal.
he's
They're gonna
gone.
have to get some
You know what
great
that
kills.
means.
They'll
No
look to try and steal
rules.
that cartel, get away and get that reset as risk is
I-
going to
I'm
be the
leaking
last
everything,
one
including
alive
his
on each
address.
team.
Yeah, it's a good
I'm just
thing
kidding.
Retwist wiped when they did because they are still going to have the timing. However, if you're off key here, Risk just has to stay alive and wait for his team.
What's up, 3800?
No longer afford to wipe, in my opinion. You're just going to be SOL.
Shirts off, yeah. Yeah.
Two separate boxes coming in. So first
Right,
place
dog's
is
getting on the counter here in a minute.
However,
That's what I'm doing.
not that much
He's
time
in bed right now. He doesn't
left.
even know. There's like half a salad still on the counter from that I cooked tonight.
Sure if there's any
Bro's gonna get up there and have all of it. Because Cody can't stop me. Not that he could stop me anyway, seeing as how he's like 3,000 miles away. But, you know, I like to believe that I have some sort of control.
Down to just one member. Fourth party has two left, and they're just swinging this box around in the streets, and that's all they really got to do there. And it's looking like across the
Oh my god, wait, is fourth party winning this round?
deal with Team Ed, and
No.
I think they
Oh, they're
take
gonna get
first
second.
place.
They've had a lot of second places though. We love that out of them.
Test them. They will just take that first place for free. I'm surprised everyone.
Those were good series out of them, all things considered. I mean, they had a sub filling in for Oppo. I mean, they're a pretty new team in terms of like who's playing. And I think they finished almost every game in second. So that's good. I'd be happy with that if I were them. I mean, Team Ed fried, but I would argue that was expected.
Giving them the
So.
opening. But if any of those teams even try and contest Team ED, Team Ed, then they're able
they look good.
Get that first place and secure that. So we get to see.
All right,
Team
this doesn't
Ed
have the
get that
update
first
score.
place
Good
before
God,
Party
Team Ed is not almost at 1,000. They're probably at 1,000 points, huh?
Yeah.
Did they win? Wait, have they won every single map so far? I think they have.
Point totals here.
Where does this have the final points? Might not have the final
first team
points.
to crack into the 1,000-point club on the season. Nobody in EU managed to get that done today.
What's retwist lore? I'm not really sure.
It's looking like they are just a hair
I'll be honest.
there, though, at 984 points.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Currently sitting in second place at 580.
To be honest, I don't remember if Llama and Spawns played together. I think they did. They might have been.
But fourth party cash box is going to finish.
I can't remember if they were on Team Did last season and now they're Team Retwist. But I mean, also Team Mills is playing on fourth party.
If you guys are interested in,
so I'm not really sure.
You right now, make sure you join the Discord as well.
Yeah, Disc Squad. Okay, I was thinking that right. Yeah, but Team Mills is not on there anymore. He moved over to fourth party.
So you're in the right place if that's what you're into.
Yeah, they disbanded.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic.
I was surprised they disbanded in all fairness because they, I mean, played pretty well for all the way up through championships.
Making a
so
run back, getting a second place there is going to give them a good advantage and a little bit of a boost that they needed to come back from their first.
I thought the Sawyer setup was in this bathroom for a second when I switched over to this tab.
Plenty of games coming up. This was just the first group of the day. We still have 2 other groups to look out for and to see how every other team performs. It's going to be interesting. I'm not sure if Off-Key made enough advantages in this to secure off a big
Bernal's a
boost in their
clusterfuck.
points because we still have plenty of other teams close behind them.
Yeah.
That's crazy saying that about that. So come on, bro. Come on.
One of the worst starts on the day. They're currently sitting in 8th place, and every team that's currently underneath them still gets to play today. So unless something catastrophic happens, it is looking like Off-Key is going to find themselves on the bottom of the board. But there's still plenty of season left. We still have 4 more play days after today for these teams to turn things around. And if it's anything like last season,
all right, chat.
Anything is possible. We do have,
bro, chill, chill out.
Short break up until then.
The Cubs on that thing are really big, though. I bet you they have really nice drivers. Like in all honesty,
more finals to get into
because those are huge. That's crazy. Chat, I'm gonna gift 2 subs to our chat because I want the helmet. So hopefully you get it. It's over on Twitch. I'll tell you what, I'll give you 2 minutes to head over to Twitch real quick to get it. Free me? Yeah, because you're not subbed, are you? You gifted a sub, but you're not subbed. All right. Hold. There you go. Oh, the alert box is too high. No. Wait, it didn't even work. Hold up. That was weird. I got the 4 and 5s on. Diabolical, bro. Alright, hang on. Alright, Utopian, you're free. Godspeed. And then I'll gift 1 more here in a second. But I'm gonna see what's going on with the alert box before I even do it. Sorry in advance, doing a test. Oh, it's kind of weird that I put it there. Okay, I see why it's not working, but I don't have it in me to fix it at the moment. So, whatever. I'm just gonna have to suffer together. Alright. Cody better be careful, bro. He left me here. I could start spinning some cases on CS if he's not careful. Do this one. Pretty. All right, who gets the other one? All right, Summer House Leader. Welcome to a sub. I gotta fix the alert box. It is what it is, though. Come on, there's no way I actually run this stream and it's not the chopped huzz a little bit, right? Wait, did I just... Dude. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, I messed up. I'm so dumb. Oh, okay, I gifted. Oh, damn it, man. Okay, well, that sucks. Hold on. I accidentally gifted it. Yeah, okay. Well. All right, 2 more people are going to get the chance. So, here you go. I should have just gifted 5 at this point. Yo, Solwax, thanks for the follow, brother. So, right. So I'm signed in with 2 different Twitch accounts, right? I have like our channel and then I have my channel. You crawled all the way back here, bro. I feel it. Anyways, so I'm signed in like as the Final Central on Twitch, but on Edge over here, I'm signed in as myself. Reason being because I didn't want to like use our Prime. I used my Prime for Prohubs. Anyways, it did not have that. Long story short, though, I just gifted those 2 subs with the wrong Twitch account, which is not linked to my finals account, which means I did all that and I'm not even getting the skin that I was trying to do. So now I got to do it again. And it's just a headache, bro. It's such a mess. The viewer experience is better there. Yeah, honestly, I agree. I mean, sorry. YouTube as a platform for like streaming at 1440 and all that is like way better than Twitch. It just sucks. Yeah, logical never. Dude, tell me about it. Listen, I feel like I have to have a PhD in streaming to do this. But what sucks about YouTube is the algorithm is literally horrible for streamer.
Welcome back, everybody.
So, and we have like this reverse effect compared to like what other people deal with, right? Where most people kind of like if they're streaming, they start on Twitch because that's like where their following is going to be, and then they build it out on YouTube instead. Or they might expand to YouTube at a later time. We have the opposite problem. So, where most of our viewership is on
great talent coming out. We all know Team Bricked.
Most of our talent or viewership is on YouTube. Sorry, I was filling in my information.
Going to be coming out with Signal,
oh god. Okay.
And Grimlock.
All right.
I think Grimlock's going to be their
see who gets the 2.
To that kind of stack. We've seen Signal and Cafaneo be kind of a duo there, so I think.
All right, Solwax and GG Steam. Congratulations, you're now subs of the channel. Make sure your Twitch, if you're here, make sure your Twitch and YouTube are linked to your Discord, and you'll have access to the members only stuff in Discord. And now I can claim my helmet. Let's go. All right, enough of that.
It's going to be interesting to see with such big rosters who these teams really put into action, and we have such flexibility within the team. So what do you think?
Yeah, it is cool to see some of these teams taking full advantage of the 5 roster slots.
All right.
I think every team, quite frankly,
you got it, bro.
Like that.
I just spun the wheel, and that's how it came out.
I think you can do a lot
Ain't
of
not personal.
stuff.
I appreciate you personally,
No
matter what.
Members of your team. Obviously, with that comes a lot more scrimming that would be involved, and just coaching and workshopping in the strats department. I also wanted to touch on the fact
Dude,
that
being able to
Team
pause and
1000
resume
points,
streams on
scored
YouTube is a
full
very
game.
underrated feature
Team
because I use it a lot.
exactly
I watch a lot of
1,100
like
points.
streams while I work and
Pretty
stuff,
much locked into
and like
first
being able to
place.
go to a call and I can just press K on my keyboard to pause is just fire.
Horizon underway, our first game of Pool B, and we are looking
Seeing
in
the
the eyes.
minigun.
I will say, yeah, like VODs on YouTube were kind of hit or miss, in my opinion. What is annoying is if I did want to like say play ranked and stream music, like listen to like DMCA music, it actually like takes our ad revenue entirely, which is pretty annoying. Even if you had music for just part of the stream, which is frustrating. So, oh yeah. The VOD, I forgot about that too. It's like a 12-hour limit or something for VODs. So that is frustrating. We don't do any 24-hour streams at the moment, but yeah, that is actually a very frustrating
looks to be going for a full
thing.
reset. It's looking like a free plug for Bricked.
Yeah, and Team Bricked is going to be the only team.
That's Busy, bro. Busy, you know Busy's rocking the minigun at least on map 1. He might not stick on it, but he's going to run at map 1.
Cash out. As long as people aren't going to be running these nullifiers, I think the minigun is probably one of the best third-party weapons in the entire game to get such value for heavy.
Yeah, I agree, and it's kind of hit or miss if these people are going to be running nullifier or not, in my opinion, especially since it seemed to be that direct counter to the minigun as Kip's going to fall to an RPG and the SA-12 of Ricardo. He's going to find some more shots as well.
What up?
But it's just going to be
what's up?
enough damage where
None.
Angel
We
can
all
get
doing?
out of there, but he's going to
Watch party for NA right now, or I am at least. Cody left.
This box has been manipulated.
He had to go do something about photos. Yeah, Kip got destroyed. So
that's going to put the Nether in a bit of a difficult position here. The Nether are
Busy, yeah. C flexes between SA and minigun. I would argue he plays more SA than he does minigun at this point. But it seems like map 1, or at least on Sis, he runs minigun pretty much every time. Oh wow! I can't believe he got out of that.
In a 1-on-2 scenario, unfortunate, taking out Barb, and now Ricardo, 3 bars of health and a dream as the last man alive for the Nether is going to be retreating, probably off the scene, perhaps even a full rotate.
In the pocket, Deagle and Monaco. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I do think this is a good opportunity for them to rotate and potentially third party at this point. We're going to be seeing a stick go through, but it does finally get dropped. That minigun going to come out. Huge damage on the way of Grimlock. Going to be taking out Signal as well. STN getting some great shots with the FAMAS. And now it's just going to be...
Okay, so this Via team is the team that Ducky, Kai, and... Well, Ducky and Kai primarily dog on because they beat him in a ranked game. So I may or may not be trying to set up a match between them. Or a series, like a best of 3 final round. Waltz might be helping me with that. We'll see. They don't know it yet, so don't tell them.
And they do, and they clean up. Fantastic. Just need to reset STN, get him back up, and now you're done and dusted, moving on to the next vault.
Nice. So a huge hold there out of Brick. That minigun is proving to be a problem right now. With a bit of
Deagles are, in my opinion, a bit slept on at the moment.
So with the
all right, Utopian. I'll catch you later. Good luck with your VOG run.
Essentially nullified that of the minigun, and so people. But that also
I think Deagles are pretty underrated at the moment, in all honesty.
So we have a lot of people not running nullifier as people
with like the current meta not being so close range per se. I feel like they actually do kind of perform well. Just depends on your team though.
But Grimlock is going to find that pick on Busy, and STN is going to get a...
Yeah, you have to crit so. Yep.
So 2 alive for Brick, 2 alive for Bias, Signal and Grim, Stooge, and STN.
I mean, that's the thing though. At the pro level, like ideally, they're going to hit more crits than anybody else. So, you know, they should be running guns that capitalize on that.
Here, as the other cash out has been started, not something you really want to see if you're anybody but the team in control, that being Team Steppers. Nice shots out of Signal though, and that is going to be a wipe on Brick. Something you don't see every day is a qualifier team wiping the NA champs. Nice stuff out of the Steppers and Via.
Yeah, we're going to be going into this fight. It looks very dire for Nether as we tune in. They're going to be dropping down to Steppers. Steppers has a basically 1 minute left on this cash out. They're going to have a fantastic ability to hold this. I'm curious to why they're not pulling this out into this.
The Via Fabas skin, if I'm not mistaken, is like if you have partnered with them before and then you pick them this season, right? Isn't it the second like sign bonus? Like it's like a loyalty thing or something.
Perfectly defending that and getting Stujay taken out. Now Busy's gonna go and drop to make sure that he has enough time to contest point D yet again.
Yeah, it does look like Bricked is gonna get wiped out there. Uncharacteristic out of Bricked, but Via is looking very strong. They are feeling good, and they're looking to turn things around. This group that we're watching right now, as Ricardo is trying to take out Kip and does successfully, this group we're watching right now definitely has the most teams that started the day off in the middle of the pack, so the most potential for something to be shaken up here. You see Barb with the model in hand. Nice to see it. Unfortunately, Unfortunate is going to take him out with that Famaz, and he's going to catch some heals as well. So the Nether will wipe yet again. And the Steppers are looking pretty strong right now as they cash out.
Get a quick cash.
Yeah, and like we said, Bricked going to be coming in yet again for another steal attempt. They're going to have 45 seconds on this as Stujay gets taken out again by Cafneo. Cafneo is looking pretty unstoppable with that 93R. His positioning is perfect. Going to be looking for a lock bolt with Busy.
Oh, this is not a good place to be if you're STN. Yep.
TP to try and escape as he is in that lock bolt, swinging back and forth on a tire swing essentially. And it's going to be Signal and Grimlock going to be holding this point, going to reset Cafneo, and it's just Busy left to fight and try and get some kills. As we see the Nether coming in for a last-second steal, trying to get this steal.
Busy holding it down. Signal is like a bullet.
Going to get that goose stall perfectly, and Busy going to try and set off that C4, but he's just going to back off because now we're in a great position for playing it for second place. We do see Steppers in a huge advantage. Going to be defending this
Ricardo's low.
the map as we clean up with the Nether and Bricked over on Vault 6.
Yeah, this lobby is screaming playing for second right now, and
he'll never sign with the AI mini fridge ever again.
To force a double here.
I heard they have Zuckerberg in there. We did a like a sponsor stream where chat pitched a bunch of did like literal presentations on who we should sign as a sponsor, and we ended up signing with CNS for the season. That's why you can see where it says sponsored by CNS at the bottom. But we plan to do that for every season, so if that's something that suits your fancy about spreading propaganda for your favorite sponsor,
potentially second.
make sure you join that stream each season.
However, we do see a nice kill out of Signal and Grimlock and Cafneo, so the Steppers down to just Angel with 25 HP and a Dream. Nice heals out of Stooge as well, and some nice shots on Ricardo. The team shots.
I just wished we only had Injimos so everyone can have good taste.
Brick looking very
I signed Alpha and then or Disin and then Alpha or no, sorry, no, I'm lying. I did Disin and then Ospus because my return to the finals was season 5, so I've only had 2 seasons where I can pick a sponsor besides this season, which is CNS.
We do get a little bit of potential for the Nether coming off a spawn.
I think in terms of like cosmetics and stuff, though, I think Hotel is the best stuff. Just because like they have really funny like the receipt printer skins are absolutely meant for me. Killing somebody and then I get to hold the gun out and see their name and I could screenshot that for a thumbnail is 10 out of 10. I literally did that with a telco and when we played in that like invite only thing with that Embark invited us to for season 7.
Fantastic, and it looks like Kip's attached to that like a pinata. Going to be rotating around, Busy to getting taken out. Kip 1 HP. We're going to be getting a reset from.
I also fell for the pop forward for him, and then nobody popped and nobody performed in the sponsor showdown. It was crazy work.
But we're going to see Via come in hot, fighting the Nether, and this take is going to be almost impossible with 3 teams here. Everyone's going to be basically defending 4-team Bricked, and now it's so close for Via to win this just based off of kills. I think they're going to be able to get this. We do see the Nether come in, and that's not going to be enough to get 3rd place. They're going to have to go get kills on top of this too. They need to get kills if they even want an opportunity at 3rd place. We see Via in a clean 1st place position. Nobody's going to overtake them, but we need to see those kills come out short by 1 kill to even tie them.
Alpha actually feels like they would sell nukes you can keep in your household.
Yeah, that one went down to the wire. And did become a kill
in the sponsor showdown, no. In Injimo, like, absolutely cooked in season 6.
Honestly,
like,
again, one of
absolutely slammed everybody by a lot.
They've started off pretty strong. Again, all these teams, the Steppers, Via,
which was pretty surprising.
All hovering around the middle of the pack as Brick started today off in 3rd place. But looking at the scoreboard here, Just Angel, 9-4-3, our top frag in the lobby. Now struggling a little bit, a bit of the opposite scoreline there, 1-9, but there's still plenty of game left for him to turn this one around.
Yeah, I think we see Cafanel really popping off in this match, holding down the defense for his team, getting some great entry picks. And I think if they continue this momentum, especially if Cafanel keeps this momentum going, I think they're going to have a great chance of success in this bracket. But on the other side, we do see some great pushback from the way of the Steppers in Team Brick, knocking at that door and
what
really
you
trying
beat
to
surprise beyond boundaries within reach. No, I meant just like how badly they beat everybody. It was crazy.
Teamwork come out
like nobody expected it
and make just a little bit more of those kills. I do think they're having some okay team fights, but they really just need to push the advantage a little bit more on these team fights, on these cash outs.
Yeah, a lot of these fights have been almost 50-50 toss-ups where I feel like no one has really been in such a prime or dominant position where either team can walk away with it. And I did have the pleasure of casting Nether in the qualifiers, and they have some firepower on that squad. So all of these teams absolutely capable of doing it, in my opinion. It's just going to be who brings their best when it's game time. I do think we're heading into Fortune Stadium for map number 2, though. Do you have any predictions going into this one, Soil?
Look, I mean, I'm not sure. The one thing that we should take a look at is whether or not Busy swaps off the minigun, favoring that winch. I think the minigun did get plenty of value in dominated some of these fights, but the lack of mobility can be a little bit of a hindrance, especially when you're looking to set up cash outs. That's where the winch really comes into play over the mesh shield. So seeing that dichotomy there and the pros and cons of each is definitely interesting to see. I think we're going to see one team really squeak ahead going into this next match and snowball their momentum, though.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not going to say I'm hoping to see Brick, but from a story perspective, I'm hoping to see Team Brick turn this one around. Definitely not the showing that they wanted to start off game 1 with, but we still have 4 games ahead of us. They do have their work cut out for them, though, if they want to make a little bit of a run towards that first place. I do think it's already mathematically impossible, to be completely honest. I don't think anyone can take first place right now, but Brick can definitely take a nice and cozy second place if they play like the Brick that we do know and love.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see a huge blunder by Team Ed in the future games and the future days to even have that dominance be outshined by anyone else. I think their performance is going to be something to write in the history books if they keep going at it. But we saw this very similar performance by Team Brick and PHL Season 0 in these play days. So I do think that is definitely another team to look at.
Yeah, for sure. And they're one of the few teams where they didn't really make that many changes. So you come into the next season just with that much more experience together, which is such an underrated thing, in my opinion. I mean, you can build such chemistry with people where you don't even need to make a comm sometimes because you're just all on that same page and you know what's to come. You see your heavy switch to RPG, you know immediately as a medium that means drop your jump pad or whatever the case may be, so these guys definitely have that team chemistry down. I'm not sure if we're waiting for any more players to load up, but we are about to be heading into Fortune Stadium, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, it looks like we're waiting a few moments for another player to load into this match. It should be relatively soon, so stay tuned. We got some hype matches coming to your way. And honestly, what is one thing, Merch, that you kind of want to see squeak into the meta that we haven't really seen ever before, or something that is something that your favorite?
As far as Pro League goes, we saw it a little bit in EU, but I want to make the F car.
They are in for
what the
Auspus.
F car
Yeah.
used to be. I would love to see.
I mean, that's
the F
why I
car
signed with
just
Auspus. I
absolutely
thought it
take
was
over the
the
meta.
coolest skin
And
in the
as
game.
a trolley pick, I think I would love to see a team somehow make that breach drill work.
Your mom's dogging on the stove, bro? The oven? Come on, bro.
Scenario, you can just make
Crazy
some
work.
plays with it. It's basically an underpowered dematerializer.
Yeah.
But we are underway here in map number 2, and we have STN finding some early shots with that Pike. STN and Pike almost go hand in hand, and it is a scary sight.
That's insane.
He is going to find that pick on Just Angel. Signal gets a 2-piece across the map, though, so the Nether actually are going to wipe out right there to Cafenio. However, Bricked looking to control this situation here. The Steppers still a man down, probably going to be going for a res here, but Busy actually is going to fall. Stooge finds the trade, and STN with a fast revive as well. Some really good close-range Pike shots. That's something I just, quite frankly, could never do. Unfortunate is going to fall, though, as well as all of the Steppers.
Yeah,
so
Bricked are still going to get that cash out.
Have a nice short walk over to cash out A, and they're going to be plugged in on the board.
That cash out spawn maybe 10, 20 meters away. That was a crazy plug, just very RNG in their favor, I guess. Not going to be able to get much of a stagger on the way of B, but we're going to be going into this fight. We do have Vaya in control of cash out B, as Noose is going to be taken out, and it's just going to be Barbarous.
He's got potential for a massive RPG here. Uh-oh. Well, never mind. He's getting ready to drop.
But unfortunately, he's going to be winched in and taken out by Grimlock. Grimlock finally picking off Barbarous, and now they're going to be able to reset Signal and hold this.
Yeah, so the Nether.
Hey, Kip wanted up wiping.
Steppers also down and out, so some early dominance out of our top 2 teams. Very convincing fights. 1 kill apiece for our bottom teams, the Steppers and Nether, going early on into this map number 2. We do see a bit of manipulation here on A, and that's going to be in a cheeky spot right next to the jump pad as well. So you're by default kind of eliminating a spot that someone can hop it from, but we do see the Nether with an aggressive jump pad across and up. Nobody is going to fall. Right on cue, Ricardo goes down, so does Barbarous. STN not missing a bullet with the Pike, it seems. Now again, Noose all by himself.
Yeah, the Azul building does remind me of Hospital a bit.
A bit of a sign of life here.
It's better though. I mean, at least it has the launch pad in the middle and better cover, and you're not like completely closed off from the rest of the map.
All alone.
Like Hospital is annoying because it's got the big bridge. That's my complaint with it.
That is a bit better.
You know, versus like, I mean, there's 2 pads going to the Isolt building, and there is a way to peek both of them with DMAT and stuff, but it's just you don't hard hold a team as hard there compared to like Hospital on Soul.
Yeah, if I were Nether, I would be rotating out, not looking for a fight, trying to get some positioning on the next vault. And it looks like they're going to be going over to...
I've actually come to like Fortune Stadium quite a bit. I think it flows pretty well for the most part.
Look for STN and try.
I feel like a lot of the cash outs wind up becoming like really big fights. They're pretty fun.
Busy now in a fight against Ricardo.
Okay.
Now he's going to be fighting against.
Okay.
Will he get him? Yes. Noose.
Oh, he saw him.
And now Barbarous finally gets the reset on the way of Ricardo.
Oh, big glitch. Nope, never mind.
Big C4 coming out from Busy.
Barbarous
yet again solo getting winched. Taken out. By Stooge.
Wow, Busy went huge there. STN's dead again. Bro's kind of been getting farmed, huh? Am I crazy for saying that?
Gonna take out Kip, but taken out by Unfortunate. Just Angel wins his 1 against Cafenio with just a sliver of health left. We're gonna see.
I agree.
Again for the Nether, and Vaya is gonna fall as well. So the flip coming in from Steppers.
I think the cash out placements on this map are what saved it for sure.
To do it at before things start to get out of hand.
And it looks like Nether is going to be on their way over very quickly. They do know to kind of deny this pad and get any free beams. If anyone takes that pad, they're going to get beamed out of the air. We're going to be making a smart play and a clean rotation over, playing the insides of these buildings, and we're going to see how Steppers rotate away, install the take, and force them on the point. We're going to be dropping down beneath this point. A very classic play, but they do get found. Going to be getting Kip.
Okay, nice reset on Steppers.
Getting the chase.
Big RPG onto Ricardo.
Ricardo dropping that dome, and that glitch is going to come out.
Yep, Barbarous is dead. Ricardo is low. Oh!
Noose is going to get some great shots off on Just Angel.
Ricardo's still a bullet. He's going to get the res. And now they're full strength again. And now you've got Vaya coming in for third party. This is ridiculous.
Getting out Just Angel, and this building is going to be crumbling.
Signal back up to half.
And it looks like it's a third party coming
Region
in,
just now kicking in. And it'll be back full strength by the time they start this fight any further.
We have everyone in the lobby besides Bricked fighting over this cash out right here. A steal attempt
What is
being made. Kefenio kind of.
Why is Kefenio leaving?
Angle. I don't know if they're just bailing on this one and trying to get a jump on the next. It does look like that's exactly what's happening here.
I mean, I guess that's not bad play. They're in second place. Might as well just keep momentum.
Time for this flip. They got on in time. Right on cue, they get that one. However, it doesn't.
Kefenio just died, just fell off the map or something.
Play, though, out of the steppers, because it's going into this next box.
Weird.
That box is going to prove very valuable. Tough spot to be in though for the Nether. Nice winch out of Busy, but he's going to get counter winched immediately. A little bit of a staircase scuffle, something like the Bronx, New York. I'm very
really happy No Heavy is practicing. I think you're going to see a lot more healing emitter once we get to like playoffs and teams are playing 3v3 for final round. I think that's when you start seeing healing emitter way more often. But right now, yeah, nobody runs it. I think it's just like at this elo, it's too fast paced. People are moving around constantly that it just doesn't make sense to babysit the ball. Also, like every single team has glitch nades on. Like it's a necessity at this elo. So it's more often than not going to get turned off.
If Chuck gets EMP'd, can't they just pick it back up and then drop it and it just goes right back to normal?
Yeah, it can, but it disrupts the healing anyways.
Ricardo going down shortly after, and now it's just going to be up to Noose to try and
with how explosive the 93R is and stuff right now. It's kind of like, I mean, if the ball gets turned off, I mean, that person might die before the ball ever turns back on, you know.
For this res.
What are heavies running right now other than the shotgun?
It's either Shaq or SA12, and then it's unless you're busy, then it might be minigun. And then winch is pretty much all you see. I think everybody's running winch at this point. Winch, RPG, I've seen lock bolt, and then dome. And in place of lock bolt, I've seen barricade, but that was on the EU maps, so I'm not sure if it's as common on NA.
A little under a minute and a half to be exact, but we are going to get that coin now, so we're going to have to see a retake come in.
I'm starting to learn heavy, by the way. I started playing it last night more.
Oh yeah, are you liking it?
It's okay. It's just a world tour. I'm learning it right now. I think it's a better fit for me because I can IGL fights on it better than I could on medium. Because I mean, we talked about it, but like medium doesn't have the util, I think, to actually start fights. So I think being able to play heavy and like having RPG and calling, the setup for that, like being like, okay, we're gonna sit on height. Once they come out, I'll shoot them with RPG and then we dive depending on how much damage we do. Like me being able to actually be in like the driver's seat of doing that. Even us kind of trolling a world tour last night with Geo, like late night, I felt like it made a big difference in our fights. So like if we were actually locking in and like really trying, I'd be curious to see how much better we play.
Out a C4 drop, it looks like. Again, the damage and health looking pretty good. Kefenio does fall, and just like that, Stooge is going to get absolutely deleted. We do see a massive winch coming in, and that's going to be...
the game needs more specs of the level of DMAT that fundamentally changed the game as a whole. So when's my variable grapple cooldown? I mean, if you're Waltz, he said he wanted 2 to 3 grapple charges. You want to be like Spider-Man where you could chain them together, which would be kind of sick.
Out in a one-on-one scenario, Kip against Nose, and he wins it. Does he have enough time to do anything about it, though?
Wow, Vaya picking up first place.
No, he does not. As we do see Vaya. Is that back-to-back first places for Vaya?
I think that's back-to-back first places for Vaya. Steppers also taking a clean second place as well. So it's a very similar narrative that we've been seeing throughout this entire first 2 games. I do believe Brick...
Chat, if you're not on Twitch,
from
we're one follower away from being X60, which is our goal currently. Just one.
The placements don't change at all.
So if you guys are following, call up your brother, your sister, your mother. Tell them drop a follow real quick. I need that dope hit like right now.
To the prize pool for the player. So thank you so much.
I seen Loki throwing it. I mean, he's got positive KDA. He just, I mean, I think he was getting a bit farmed. I'm not gonna lie.
And Kip both popping off. Stooge with just one kill less than
they were definitely focusing him because he was first to die on that team pretty often, but he did have some positioning errors, I noticed.
The teamwork of Via, their pushes seem on point. They're very coordinated, and teams are struggling to figure them out.
Yeah, I think again we haven't really seen one team necessarily break out. These matches are so close. We do see Via squeaking out that first place by a few $1,000s. Nothing to
That's
stop
true.
that, but it's still anyone's game.
You are correct.
Kind of a grouping of 3 teams, and then we have the Nether kind of lagging a little bit behind. And again, I'm curious to see how these maps go. And we're going to be going on to a new map. Is it Monaco?
It is Monaco, the next map. And it's interesting to see the Nether lagging behind, because after play day 1, as I did touch on earlier, out of all the qualified teams, they were actually in the best position off rip. However, this pool is packed with qualifier teams, and everyone has absolutely brought it today. So we do have Monaco coming up next. I think just a couple moments before we are actually able to get into that game. But the beautiful streets of Monaco, again, playing a bit differently without that suspended structures variant, making the cathedral and even the cranes extremely powerful positions, depending on what cash out you're trying to hold.
Yeah, I think Monaco really tests teams' adaptability in terms of what they can and can't play, especially being able to swap, especially for the heavy, being able to swap from that SA-12, which is the meta pick on most maps, and maybe going in for a longer range weapon. I would like to see some of these teams swap up, and I know Busy tends to go for the Deagles on this map, as we do see Busy going to be rocking the Shack this time instead.
Love to see that. When I've been running my heavy this season, I've also been using the Shack for the most part, so it's cool to see it a bit justified, even though that SA-12 has been the meta pick for quite some time now on the heavy. Despite all the nerfs, we do see a lock bolt coming in from Ricardo, and it is going to catch as well. Unfortunately, it's going to fall, and Kip is going to fall, but that's across the map. Right here, right now, we do see the Nether kind of getting the business in their one-on-one situation, and just like that, that's a 3-0 quick wipe to the hands of Bricked.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, it looks like a very similar narrative. We see Steppers getting taken down by Via very quickly, and because of that, I don't think these points are going to be relatively staggered. Typically, when you see one team wipe so quickly, that's one major concern in your brain to whether or not. But going into this, Grandma's point is such a
God, getting spawned and being shot at off spawn is really annoying.
That's going to be a huge advantage. We're going to be getting a lock bolt, and now we're going to be trapping them, locking them down. Just Angel finally going to get reset there.
Oh, true.
Still tethered to that lock bolt and getting taken out by FCM.
I haven't played Apex in so long.
For some more value, getting healed up. Busy's doing some great damage on.
I've got a friend that like all of a sudden has gotten really into Apex over the last probably pretty much since we started playing the finals again. And he's playing in like not ALGS, but basically like I guess the qualifiers of that, like what the equivalent of Prohubs would be for it probably. And apparently he's been doing pretty good. I don't know. I haven't kept up with him last few weeks, but he was getting coaching from like pro players and stuff, which is pretty cool. So thought about trying it out again just for fun, doing like some ranked games without any knowledge, maybe record it and put it on like, I mean, I don't really have time to like be uploading to my own channel, but thought about doing it just for fun over there.
possession here. Across the map, it does look like the Steppers got that exact same unfortunate spawn. I love how Brick played it the first time, where they sniffed out the spawn and they just absolutely aped on him. They didn't even give him a chance.
I would do it only for the sake of like I just wouldn't care if I lose games, because like the finals is currently like my main game. But I've gotten to that point with the finals where I'm in ranked, where I'm not going to solo queue probably anymore. So if like Cody and them are not on, then I kind of want to find someone else to play.
Yeah, and I think the best choice would have been to go over to Cathedral and third party and
I don't know. I also play like quick cash and stuff when nobody's on.
This spawn is so volatile. You just take so much damage on your way over. It's just almost impossible to push, as we do see Steppers pushing their way over. STN following them, putting the pressure down. Stooge getting some great long shot.
Yeah, multiple grapples would break movement for light. It would easily become the best specialization. I honestly think grapple is still better than dash, and I know it's a hot take, but I mean, I don't play much light to start with, but grapple in the sense of like being able to get my teammate to get out and just traversing the map seems way stronger. But you gotta be like really good at using it.
And we see 3 teams still fighting over here.
Yeah, the teams are a bit late to disperse, even though we do have these vault locations that have revealed themselves, specifically the teams fighting for 3. As Bricked was
I don't play light though. Yeah, I mean it probably is a hot take because I don't play it.
Positioning out of busy, just kind of striking.
Like I really only play medium, so when it comes to like knowing what I'm talking about, I mean medium's gonna be the best thing. I'm trying to get lower and heavy now. I'm trying to get on heavy to the point where I am on medium, where I'm like, okay, like I know when people are selling or not. Light is a mixed bag for me because I only play in like team deathmatch and kind of troll around.
Smoked from behind from Naus. Unfortunate to be unfortunate there. Great if you're Naus. We do see 1 left alive for the Steppers.
Yeah, for dueling, I mean dash makes sense. It was more for like other util though. Like I've had some grapple lights on my team when I do solo queue or duo queue, and like the amount of times that they're able to drop, pick up a trophy, and then grapple away safely is just kind of crazy. But it depends on the map, of course. Monaco is a good example though. Like you can grapple up to the church so easily, and nobody can really chase you.
I still think there's 3 teams over here. We have the Steppers, Via, and the Nether, all fighting for the Nether's cash out C. We're going to be going, rotating up on this rooftop.
Oh,
as we take some shots from deep. I think we're going to get some great shots, and now we got to continue rotating. But he finds another heavy, and he's just going to keep running and resetting his
Dude, News is
well done from the Nether.
Kind of just everybody on him, it seems like.
Finally kite away and let the 2 teams of Stepper and Via fight for them.
Yes, indeed. We have about half aggression here on C. We also received some more support from the community. Vaco and right on cue, just meeching. Shout out to the both of you, adding to the player pool. We do have some intense fights ensuing as we speak, as Barb is going to take out Unfortunate. Signal is going to pick up Grimlock. Cafenio finds Ricardo. The kill feed is absolutely lighting up right now. We have an interesting goop position here, but he's not.
Yeah, they're pissed that
he is going to be quite protected. Actually, he's going to have nobody in position to stop him. We do see Stooge trying.
Damn, Stooge! Oh my God.
Not the biggest deal in the world, as Brick does have their own money as well. Stooge just getting a little bit greedy here, but there's still some time to work with. I mean, they can make something happen here. Unlikely, but STN is on the stick. Stooge finds the cover. In fact, Cafenio
nice mine.
With the mine. The damage of his own mine is going to have him.
Grimlock's going to have to pick up STN here. He does get it.
At least for the time being.
Stooge is going to get the trade on him, though.
Stooge smells blood in the water, and if they hop it right now, they can get the steal. However, the Nether show up and absolutely rain on the parade there. Beautiful play out of Bricked, but unfortunate timing, and the Nether kind of ruined the day.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see STN not look for a stick. I think he had a good opportunity sitting in that gas and having Stooge heal him back up. I'm not sure if he got any additional pressure. There was a team pushing him, but we're going to be going into a rather dominant position from Team Via and Bricks now. They're going to be playing for first and second unless
only running dash on my competitive character due to mid dash fights. Yeah, I mean, when you're fighting, it makes sense to run dash instead of grapple. I mean, it's definitely better.
We want to see Via. I don't think Via wants to see Team Brick get this plug though.
Yeah, it's kind of been the running theme of Pro League that these guys just really do not like seeing the double. It does play a bit different from ranked, as Mr. Skilled is going crazy with the gifted subs right now in the chat. Thank you guys all so much for the support. But it is pretty much the general consensus here that we do not like seeing doubles. There's not really much of the griefing out aspect that you see in ranked taking place. It's a bit different. Everybody wants first. So we do see, with that being said, Busy taking out Ricardo. Bricked full up, another down to one man. Via with 2 men alive, and the Steppers are also at full strength. This is kind of anyone's game as far as second, third, and fourth can go. However, a couple teams do have a position to take first. Busy finding another pick, this time on Cafenio. STN is going to take out Signal as well. That being 2 dead for Via, and Grim is taking some heavy shots. Somehow survives with about 25 HP, but it's looking grim for Grimlock here as Stooge does find him. That is a huge win over on that side of the map. However, it wasn't really that much of anything involved.
Just came back from work. What is up, beautiful? Do you think I could own these lobbies? Seeing as how Bricked is in here, I'd say no. I think you'd have a tie. Owning a lobby is
just stalling out Via.
Tough.
Yeah, I think what Busy just did there, I think he set up a defensive C4 for the
in all
to
respects.
hold their points so they can secure first place. I think they're just going to sit tight and defend for this team. They have a huge advantage. They're not going to be contested on this kill race. It would be surprising to even see Via be able to take this.
My God, every single team is on A. Oh my God.
Comes over. You know, the Steppers are going to be looking for this point. They won that last point, and now they have an opportunity to go for first, but it's going to be extremely, extremely tough with 2 teams defending this cash out.
Yeah, you got
what's up, Jog? Are you? Oh yeah, so you're back from work for the evening. That's a W. That's early. You're working like afternoon now.
So this is going to be a very difficult position for anybody to go for on that steal, and if all goes well, Bricked holds first here. We do see an aggressive steal coming into play from the Steppers with that mesh and dome shield. However,
what day do you plan on leaving for the major?
Jump pad is just going to be
unknown
to deal with, and just like that, the clock strikes.
I'm trying to look at it now.
Nobody is able
I worked that weekend, 28th through the 30th.
Yeah.
Via will sit
So I'd have to ask for those 3 days off.
First with nothing but strategy.
But I'd have 26 and then 27 2 days before, and then 2 days after off.
For the first
so
2
if I'm
games,
thinking,
evening up kind of the group here.
I just realized
long ass flight.
Sorry, chat. I realized by multi-stream, chat is like not correct. It just skipped a bunch of messages. My fault.
If I were them, you're sitting pretty comfortable in this group.
I got Aura. Okay, bro. They would farm it. I'm gonna be honest. I did beat a pro heavy hitter, so anything is possible. Check me out, Blast Off. Bro, I was Aura farming on Blast Off, and then we played Waltz's event, got cooked. And I was hardworking after that.
Throughout the next few games on
is average 12 kills in quick play decent? Yeah, I'd say so. Average 12 kills? Yeah. And what, quick cash?
Finally breaking their way out of that.
I opened today, so only we're 20 to 9. Nice, that's W.
Yeah, the Nether doing
yes, dates for Black. Yeah, the major dates are Black Friday to Sunday. I think it's to Saturday actually. The like DreamHack is going till Sunday, but I'm not sure.
Place is still some solid points. They also did get a
quick cash. Yeah, 12 kills and quick cash is good.
Correctly, so they're doing pretty well as long as they don't start bottoming out here with the 3rd and 4th place finishes. They're going to be putting themselves into a very solid position moving forward into our play days 3 and 4 and forward. So we do have a Citadel coming up as our next map. I really enjoy this map. I know it's a new map. I know there's a lot to learn on this map. But
my legs are getting tight already from gym. Oh boy.
In the higher ranks than I do on
no championship Sunday is weird. I don't quote me on that. I thought I could have sworn I saw that Sunday is not actually part of the tournament schedule, but I could be wrong. So don't quote me on it. It's still I think being like kind of figured out what I've seen.
Didn't work and what the players don't like.
Just like they haven't even announced the actual closed qualifier dates and stuff yet. So I have the feeling they're still figuring out structure. We also don't even have a rule set for like open qualifiers, like how that's going to work.
really
and how the actual tournament's going to work. We don't know if that's going to take like the Prohubs format or if it's going to be something new.
Like we do in Sis Horizon,
so
it can be kind of tough to cross over into the building, but once you're in the building, it's full on close range action.
Absolutely. We're also on a level 6 hype train as BMO gifted Sunsoyo a sub, and Maddie Batty also gifted a sub to the chat. Thank you guys all for the support. I know we appreciate it.
Yeah, range will say. I'm very curious to see how differently these matches would play with wipe
currently has Ricardo
wipe penalties.
Absolutely burst him down to half health. So
I know it would make a massive difference.
Kill feed lighting up like a rainbow. More accurate shots out of Stujay, a fast revive, and some decent heals. Not really hitting that full clip that he needed to, but it doesn't seem like it even matters as Brick turns it around. Busy getting out of there by the hairs on his shinny chin chin, but it doesn't matter. He's still alive, and they won that fight.
Yeah, and we're going to see both teams going down. I do want to kind of talk, there was a mention about the white outfits in the chat. We do see people kind of playing these white outfits.
Yep, I mean, that's the thing. These teams are like shooting RPGs to wipe themselves to not give, you know, the white money, but
so it gives you a little bit more
is it going to be worth doing that if there's a penalty now?
Big dynamic range areas going from inside to outside, so it can be actual advantage.
You'd have to weigh your options. I mean, do you want to give a top level team extra money, or do you want to lose money and hope to gain it back? I mean, like, that's like the decisions you're gonna have to make like in real time.
That almost reminds me of the
which I think is gonna be really fun to watch.
Yes, exactly.
I think games are gonna be super close if they add that.
Are highlighted in neon colors as you run around the map.
So I gotta get water. I feel like I'm starting to cramp up from
that might be something I check out.
legs today. I feel it.
Drip guy. If I'm not out here looking good, then what's even the point? But we do see Ricardo whiffing there on an RPG.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is too with coins right now, because this is private matches, like if you're not using all of them by the end of the match, you're kind of wasting, right? Like there's no reason to bring anything. You get reset every single game. You always have two.
And the steppers
from beginning to end
are in a scenario against Bricks here where they're
by the end of the game, regardless of if you win or lose, unless you don't die, you shouldn't not have any coins available.
Interestingly enough,
ideally
across the map are also halfway through, as we do see now another missed RPG, a bit of an ill-advised RPG coming out of Grim there, but they are pushing towards B as a unit. Calm, cool, and collected. Grim does get dropped, and now he's going to get soloed out here. Misses the winch there, but playing that dome shield perfectly to escape with his life. Reinforcements are on the way and present as they do manage to turn this to scenario.
And 3v2 against steppers.
Leaving the steppers down to 2 people. They do need to move quickly, though, if they do want to have any type of play on it. It is going to fall twice thanks to the DMAT and C4 combination. A massive winch is going to come in, but no direct kills really relate to it. Kafenio does find one.
Good wipe.
Gridlock is going to take him out as well. They got enough time on the flip, and they do get it. So the steppers are going to wipe out.
Nice, and steppers are wiped.
Another wipe out as well. Brick's cashing out.
Via looks good. Cernal and Kafenio.
I mean, wow, what a fantastic take. They did a great job forcing them in and turning out the advantage that the steppers had, getting that point and flipping it over. On the other side of the map, we do see Team Brick get their
I think, in my opinion, my 1 seed right now for NA is Uni's team. I know they won like season 0, but I still think that team is just unbelievable. I like Brick, so like I like Busy and STN. I watch their streams pretty consistently, but I do think Uni's team is pretty gnarly.
I do know Sergno is a slippery fella, as Busy getting taken out and now flipping that in their way.
Oh, great play. Great patience out of STN and Stooge there. Look at that. Flip that one right on its head.
Falling down, I think that's 3 kills from Stooge there.
Yeah, Uni is foul, bro. He's so good.
For that fight.
Yeah, the 93R is really making its presence known this season, and so are all the lights running it. We got even more support from the chat. Hold on, Skilled with more subs, Dreadalicious with more subs. I believe we're on a record hype train chat, so thank you. We got to get back to business here as Kip is finding Ricardo on that trade after he took out Just Angel. Noose taking out Kip, and now it's looking like a full reset for the Nether, as unfortunate last man standing. We're probably going to see immediate coins coming in and it's looking
He's
like
gonna
a
ride
pretty
it.
decent
Oh,
spawn. Unfortunate does get at least one stall, and thanks to that jump pad, he's gonna buy him and his team a bit more time. Barb right back on it though. Is he gonna go for the second one? It's not looking like it. They're going to need to play.
What happened with that winch? What?
Catches, however, weird angle doesn't actually pull.
Yeah, that was unusual.
Yeah, that, unusual and unfortunate for the other side of
They
things.
pulled him across the D-mat. That was crazy.
Sitting in a comfortable
All right, Kip Kip picks up Noose. Grimlock falls to Stooge. Unfortunate is Order. Dude, Vaya just got smoked. Ricardo's down. Noose back up. He coined, I think. Barbarous and I don't think they stopped this. Nope. Showing patience for the regroup. Okay, 3v3, full strength.
So the steppers are going to get
Cardo half health.
Right under the nose of the Nether, and now the Nether have about 30 seconds or so to get their stuff together and get a retake going.
Yeah, over on the other side of the map, I don't think there's going to be enough time to take it away from Team Brick. I think they are a little bit too far away from that cash out. They will have an opportunity to force point, just like we see from the Nether. Going to be getting a good glitch out there and denying any sort of bubble that comes out. They have a great bubble to winch them away as they look to just stall and not commit for a fight. We see Unfortunate taking some shots, just Angel getting some great picks on Noose and goes down to Barbarous with that model. The model being fantastic at bursting out damage. Kip, Unfortunate, is going to peel for his team and get clean up.
Nice, good picks. Ricardo low.
Just Ricardo left, trying to make his great escape. As
nice plays though, Steppers there.
And they get away. Steppers now going to make their.
How did Makeshift do? I took a nap. Oh, you didn't miss a lot,
and
bro.
It looks like Bricked is going to be in a huge.
Yeah, you didn't miss anything with Makeshift.
Position, similar narrative as we saw to last match. We just need to see Bricked get a plug and get control, and they have a great opportunity at first place. That's going to be huge, and it looks like nobody's really contesting them over there. As we see Vault 5 now going to be contested by potentially Vaya and the Steppers.
Yeah, Bricked is just such a hard team to push, especially once they are all set up. You can make an argument that when it comes to individual raw aim, they may just be the best in the league at aiming. So when you have these guys set up stationary, they are basically just a bunch of turrets waiting to mow you down. We do see Just Angel on the outside.
Signal's getting cleaned up. Definio was low.
Not until Signal did
nope.
Find that pick on
big winch.
We don't have any resets yet. Now,
wait, Ricardo could clutch this. Or no, not Ricardo. Kip.
Cafaneo is going to win that one. 93R absolutely raining.
Thought it was a nightmare. I lost so many multi-bucks. Gonna drink my sorrows away with a river vodka, then take out my pain on the nearest Glopian. Fair enough, bro.
Bricked is in a fantastic position here.
Yeah, unfortunately, your house is gone.
Overtake them right now as long as my math suits me correctly, and it should be pretty
and speaking of gone, so is my Pookie Cody. Bro left me, so it's just me.
All Bricked has to do here is really
dogs on the counter, no rules.
And win their one fight.
Y'all do whatever you want.
Kite, stall.
Just kidding. Don't do whatever you want. Don't take that hard.
Plenty of time though left across the map on the box that belongs to the Nether. As we see the Steppers trying to get across the map, but it is a tough push on this angle right here.
Yo, Hyperborean, actually, you're a good person to ask. Have you heard anything out of Rock Squibbler from that video where you guys griefed us for 40 straight minutes?
There's good opportunity to push B and then also potentially push the other point. We only have a minute left, so it's not going to be that.
I keep remembering about it. And I keep meaning to ask him or hit him up, and I just forget then. Because it's always during the NA stream where I know he's asleep.
Good damage on the Steppers, trying to deny them from ever taking this point and passing them. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to try and contest the Brick's first place.
You lost your house of wife.
Cleaning up Kip and now causing a wrench in everyone's plan.
Crazy
work. Think he just shot them, and he wants Pink to take. He backed off and didn't look for that kill, and he's going to kind of help them win this box to try and alleviate some of the stress they've been dealing with not getting those first places earlier in this group.
Yeah, this is the Brick that I think we are all accustomed to seeing. The second that they saw the Steppers were no longer going.
Oh my god, I'm watching matchmaking in chat right now, bro.
And instantly hopped off point. So now they are doing their absolute best to manipulate who wins this point here. Huge winch out of Busy, however, is going to come to bite him in the butt as Sergnal does end up winning that engagement anyway. all in all, it doesn't really matter. We do have Bricked absolutely locked into first place, so all of this is just gravy for them. However, the other teams, there is a lot on the line.
All right, Brick's taking that one.
Here. However, it's not looking like they can take second. The Steppers, however, want to do everything in their power.
Is Yappo playing? No. He can't. Apparently, he can't play on Saturdays. I actually messaged Brutal Logic just before the stream just to wish him good luck, and he said Appo can't play on Saturdays, so they have a sub, whose name I'm forgetting right now, but they filled in. They actually, I thought, did not play that bad. They had second place, I think, almost every single game. So that's pretty good.
From the Steppers, and
they came in third overall for the day, but I mean,
so I think realistically,
I think second place for most of the matches is, you can't really complain too much.
They kind of have a huge blunder and get third and fourth. It's not going to really be much to even things up for the day.
Man's coasting after you got a Molotov cocktail skin.
If they want to kind of knock Bricked and Via back down into the basically an equal stepping and equal footing with
he'll be back
so
Wednesday.
Last match,
he should be playing, so I'm sure you'll see more Bo still.
Second, if you can, and even excel and get first to kind of.
But yeah, they had Cartones fill in.
Could be really deciding on who takes the group.
Yeah, that's a good point. And as you said, the Nether kind of have the potential here with the.
What's up, Utopian? How'd the bog go?
Almost reset the group to the point where it kind of started today off. A little bit of a shakeup, but Bricked has seemed to have locked it in. Via, I'm hoping for their sake that they don't get another fourth place. I would like to see them perform back to how they were performing those first 3 games.
Water is. I hope I didn't leave it at the gym.
On Vegas. I don't know.
I'll be back, chat. I gotta go find this thing. It's gonna bother me if I don't find it right now.
Balanced map overall.
Anything cool happen?
Not within the buildings themselves, but the map
no,
itself is on
not really, honestly.
A lot of the time, a lot of
Bricked and Via. Actually, no, I take that back. Via's actually been playing really well.
Season 1, I
think they're ahead on the day over Bricked currently. Yeah, they are, by 5 points, which is pretty crazy because Via was a team that qualified in through like actual qualifiers. So, you know, it's pretty impressive to see that they're kind of giving Bricked a run for their money a little bit. But Bricked did just lock in, so yeah. You have Vex again, like Mythoclast or?
Yeah, I do.
You got dropped the exotic.
Vegas Stadium, especially after a rework, has grown on the community a lot. I think
damn, bro.
Rework, especially
lucky.
Bringing in the brands and sponsors of the finals and making a map out of it. I think there was a lot of issues with the map. You had some mat walls that wouldn't work.
I need like 2 seconds, chat. I gotta go find my water. Be back.
Invisible vents blocking some shots and winches and lines of sight. So I'm happy they did the rework, and I think the community is probably better off for it and has fell in love with this map more and more as time has gone on. But we're going to be going ahead into this first vault on Las Vegas Stadium. We're seeing some great effort. We're going to be seeing the Steppers fight up against Team Bricked on Vault 1 and the Nether, and Via take it off on Vault 2. We're going to be looking for some high ground on the Steppers. They do have the right idea. We see Team Bricked kind of ratting down, getting that plug and securing it for them. They probably have a TP on that and going to go for the insta plug on A as we look to chase them down. The Steppers making their way in, and it's going to be tough because this is an outdoor point, and we're going to have a clean setup from Bricked, making their rotation away from this point and holding it down.
Yeah, this is a tough position, not only to push, but also to hold at times, especially in the lower levels, lower ranks, where players haven't really grasped the concept of cash-out manipulation. It's actually a pretty easy box to steal because of all the cover, but a huge winch coming in from Kip, and that's going to take out STN. And
I'm back.
Put the Steppers in a
Utopian, I grabbed this just for you. So I realized my water cup is down in my car, and so that's an L. But I grabbed this just for you for water for now. And I have a cool story to tell, so I'll let you take a look. Make sure you get a gander of that. You can tell it's beat to hell, right? And it's got the Guardian logo. Right. So story time. In college, sophomore year in college, there was a giveaway by Control Freak, which is, I mean, they're still around, but you know, the company that does like extensions on control sticks. and I joined them. It was one of those like Lean IO once. And long story short, it was on Twitter. I just randomly signed up for it, and then long story short, I won it. And it turned out to actually be an all-expense paid trip out for me and a friend to Seattle, and we got to visit Bungie. So I've been to Bungie. I've been inside the studios. I got lunch with like a marketing director and Deej at the time. He was no longer there, but got lunch with him, which is really cool. I also talked to Jay Wineland, who's no longer with Bungie, but he was the audio director. He like just chatted with me for a couple minutes because I was studying audio engineering at school actually. And yeah, so it was really cool. We played like dev builds of some games as well. Did like a strike with 6 people, which is crazy. And yeah, we saw like their like command center essentially, where they're like they watch a bunch of streamers and stuff and like keep eyes on the game, where if like there's an outage they fix it and like all sorts of stuff. So I think the PvP, it was crazy. I mean, their dev floor is huge, so I don't even know if they were there. They also were like, we were under NDA, but we didn't know like really there wasn't, they didn't tell us that Destiny 2 was being worked on while we were there, but it was being worked on while we were there. So I think that's primarily what the NDA was for. But yeah, it was really cool.
Unfortunately, it hasn't necessarily translated over to their cache just yet. But when you're cooking like that, you can get things firing on all cylinders. Possibly get away with a bit more as Cafenio.
But also with that, they gave us like a swag bag. You know, they gave me Taken King and Rise of Iron codes and this mug, which I've carried with me now for, I mean, I was a junior in college and I graduated college in 2019. So that's 2016, 2017-ish. I mean, I've had this mug for that long. It is beat to hell. But I'll never get rid of it.
Especially after waiting this long. Across the map, we have Brick trying to find an entry here on Team Nether. They're just
I agree, Soul. I personally thought the Star Wars thing was a cash grab. I wasn't really about it.
The only positive side of that is that you're going to have plenty of time to come back at it for another go.
Yeah, I do think
I'm excited. Edge of Fate I'm probably going to try. I'm worried I don't have much time to play is the thing. Like right now I don't barely have time to play the finals and we're making content for it. So I know Edge of Fate's going to, if we start playing, it's going to consume a lot of my time. But yeah, I'll probably wind up buying it anyway, so I just probably won't play it too much, at least until Prohubs is done.
He's going to go in and try and find anyone as Grimlock is ratting with Sergnal as Cafeneo is going to be taking an off angle.
Yeah,
but I might also wait. The trailer for Edge of Fate looked really cool, but then the gameplay looked kind of mid. So the story looks cool and the cutscenes seem like it's going to be really neat, but then they showed like gameplay and I was like, oh, looks like Destiny. You know, just kind of the same thing.
I'm pushing these kills. He's got a heavy down to about 1 HP.
I just don't understand why they don't expand to like, I mean, I guess they did with like Final Shape, right? Like, I guess they do have new enemy types. But I wish we'd have new enemy types that felt like truly just unique, like not a reskin of a Scion and a reskin of a Knight and so on and so forth.
And you want to buy yourself enough time for a second go at things if it doesn't necessarily go your way. Now it's going for the winch, but he's going to get winched, I think, simultaneously. STN does find.
You checked out Final Shape. Final Shape was actually really good, in my opinion. That's what got me back into Destiny for a couple hundred hours, I think. Cody and I played. Cody played a ridiculous amount. I also played a lot, but he played a ridiculous amount.
Just right on point.
But the problem is the same. You know, you wind up getting to end game, and then you're like, for me, if my power level isn't rising, like if I'm not seeing a number go up when I get new gear, I don't really care about getting new gear anymore. That's just my take on the game, though. And I'm that way with like every, you know, MMO like that. Like if I'm like, oh, I'm just min-maxing a stat now, I don't really care about like my power level, I start to check out pretty quick because I don't like collecting items that are meaningless.
to another team. We're going to be seeing a good plug come in from Brick. He tries to get the glitch off to try and snag that box and get control of that plug, but unfortunately, he doesn't. Cafaneo is going to be trying to make his escape. He's going to be taking a 1v1 against STN, but unfortunately, STN does hit more shots with that first weapon. Going to see a big winch come out from Grimlock, but Stujay's there.
I did see that power's getting reset, so it'll be interesting.
Fantastic teamwork from the way of Brick. And now it's going to be their control on that ball. Going over to the other side of the map, though, we're going to see Kip look for the chase on top of this team and rotating away. Great shots from Ricardo on the light. Now backing away. It's going to be just him, and he's going to have to look for...
That's true, Soul. That would be actually pretty cool.
Get his team back up to fight one of these cash outs. They do have an okay position to get second place. They just need to win one of these boxes. A third party comes in, and it's going to look like Vi is going to come in and contest the steppers. We do see some defensive goo come out the way of Signal, and we're going to be going in searching for the steppers.
Yeah, the Via and Steppers are duking it out right now, which means across the map, more likely than not, Bricked and Nether are going to be in entanglement of their own. I'm curious to see exactly how the Nether handle that or which direction they do opt to go. It does look like both teams are taking their fight straight up. Just a hair under a minute left in this lobby. Right now, Brick's set up on ultimate height here. As far as Vegas goes, this is the highest you can get unless you start building yourself some goo structures, which it looks like they are also doing right on cue. The versatility of the goo is just fantastic. Some great shots out of Ricardo on that ARN. Absolutely no recoil on that thing, but he's kind of caught out in a bit of no man's land here. It looks like he's now going to be opting to go for the third party, split from his team entirely. I don't know if that gateway is going to be able to get anybody over to him. It looks like they are close enough to it. Ricardo now
he gets that steal for sure,
but to no avail. We have three teams.
Oh no, he got off of it.
Which means Brick, more likely than not, is going to walk away with this first place finish.
Unless
Via can get enough kills here. They are being robbed, but they're going to get the stop and they're going to find a couple kills. I believe they need one more.
Oh, Via always stole that.
And they just weren't able to find.
They need one more kill.
Unlucky. A bit of a gamble, and it turns out that Brick is just going to be on the benefiting end of that.
Yeah, I do think I like the idea.
Surah Strip would be fire.
Going over in third party, I do think it was a little bit too late, and they kind of put their eggs all into one basket over at Brick, and then decided to try and move them all the way over onto the other point. But unfortunately for them, they were not able to make good headway as that last fight really broke out in the last 10 to 12 seconds there. We're going to see a huge win come the way of Brick and really kind of round out their performances in this match. We do see Via at second place, really kind of also in a similar boat as Brick, doing a fantastic job at staying on top of this group. But I'm interested to see how these teams end up.
Yeah, I also want to take a look at this leaderboard once it does update. I do believe we need a couple more minutes just for the scores to compile. But looking at this end screen here, Signal top frag in the lobby. He started off hot, and it's stuck with the squad for sure. I like the plays out of Via. They had one rough game. And
yeah, they're removing mobility. So I mean, mobility's been a useless stat, I feel like, for a long time now.
Not sure how exactly.
I feel like nobody builds into mobility anymore.
VOD review and practice and whatnot, but a lot of positives to take away from this week. If you're Via, if you're Bricked, of course, there's always a lesson to learn. Even in victories, mistakes are made and lessons are to be learned. But I think if you're Via and Bricked this week, you are very happy with your team's performance.
No, I 100% agree. And kind of taking a little bit look over at the leaderboard, I do think we see Brick in second place overall in the leaderboard. I'm not sure how they ended up in their group. Via did a fantastic job at bringing up some of their score as well, making it very close. But unfortunately for the Nether, not really bringing up the difference that they needed to kind of break into the upper echelon. I do think they did decently well on their previous days, so it's not going to be the end of the world here. We do see it's going to be a very volatile leaderboard going into this next group.
Yep. it's this these groups are absolutely, there's still so many positions to battle for. We do have one final group ahead of us before we finish off our night, so 5 more games. It's going to be Group C, but before we get into Group C, we are going to send you guys to a quick commercial break.
All right, well, final group of the evening. Looks like we're going to be watching Ape Aura, Scallywags, Rabble Rousers, and Refine. Refine is the team with Uni and Gremlin and Lasagna, which I do think are just going to really pop off. So it's going to be definitely a interesting series, to say the least. I do think Ape Aura has a chance to do decent as well, though, with BMO. So. I'm gonna run some ads real quick, chat, just to keep pre-rolls off while nothing's going on. So I'll see you in a second. So chat, after stream, once this group is done, I will stay live. But it's gonna restart the stream. I'm actually gonna go live just on Twitch for a little while and probably just play some like quick cash, maybe some ranked and things like that. So yeah, if people want to hang out, also if people want to play, hit me up. I don't really know what I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna play. Because I've been watching all finals all day long, and I have FOMO. So now I want to play.
All right, and welcome back, everybody, for one final time of the evening. We are heading into Group C. We got an absolute banger group lined up here, arguably the most stacked group of the night. All these teams, serious contenders, serious gamers across the board. We got Ape Aura, the Scallywags, the Rabbler Rousers, and Refine. So absolute stack squads from head to toe here. Obviously, I know who your pick is here, Soyo, but let me hear it anyway.
Look, honestly, this group can go any direction. I do think we've seen the Scallywags go from breakout heroes all the way having a rough journey throughout last season and finally finding their footing going into PHL and also Volcanic Panic, doing such a fantastic job. So I kind of do think that team has a really good chance also picking up Zuki and Cool Cheese on that team. We do see Refined as always, Lasagna and Uni, a dynamic duo that we've seen time and time again succeed, as well as over on the Rabble Rousers, we see Mr. Dirt, Variant, and Sloth, also another very potent team doing fantastic work in the last PHL. Ape Aura has a staple household names, Bimo Hashi, and a new addition, Rat Salt. I'm not sure if they're going to be running with Udrakoni or Rat Salt.
All right, Chad, do we have predictions? Mine is Refined 5-0,
super
but
excited to see them play and how they perform. But without a further ado,
curious to know
we're
what
gonna
you
go
guys
on this
think.
First match on Cis Horizon.
Yeah, a lot of high-profile names are in this lobby right now. Some previous first-ranked overall. A lot of household names, if you will. We do see Hashi running that pike with the long-range shots, taking out a few of the floating barrels. I personally like to shoot all of those things. We do see Bimo in a bit of a better position, looking like he's absolutely locked on to take one early. Some great mid to long range shots there with the
oh no, you didn't get out.
Specializes, however, Take is gonna hit him with some beautiful shots, take him out. Draconi's gonna fall as well to Varian with the Fist of Fury, leaving Hashi all alone in a 1-on-3 scenario.
Yikes.
Power position, if you will, but it doesn't really matter when you're in a 1v3. So some really nice shots coming in, and the Rabble Rousers are gonna walk away with an early box to get plugged in.
Yeah, I think Take did a fantastic job with that pike. We did see a little bit of a hiccup with that gateway and unfortunate timing where they did engage right at the right moment. But on the other side of the map, we're gonna see Zuki get taken out by Lasagna by the FAMAS, and now we're gonna see a full reset onto Zuki. Belize going down. Bimo now over here taking out Belize. We're gonna see a third party come in, an unfortunate spawn. They spawn right in that corner. They don't have an ability to be able to take this point now. They get picks on both teams. We do see Hank J, Wimbledon, Uni finally get reset there, and it looks like Belize is also going to be reset, and every team is going to be back up. What a crazy spawn, forcing this third party onto this team.
Yeah, a bit of a crazy spawn indeed for both parties involved. Honestly, just maybe not exactly what either team was expecting to have to deal with here. We are seeing this forced steal attempt over on B. This is one of those newer spots that I'm seeing more of this season, where they manipulate that cash box out under the bridge. It is so difficult to push. We do see Uni taking out Bimo there, so that's gonna put them in a bit of an advantageous position here, as two are now down for Ape Aura, two alive for Team Refine. Grem and Uni trying to work together, play this two-man game. Draconi is going to get the res on Bimo, evening things out, and out of nowhere, Belize
oh wow, big winch.
Going to come in and attempt to steal, getting winched off.
Not enough time though. I mean, they're gonna have plenty of time to steal it.
Help is going to take out
Grem.
Oh well. Belize with a heads-up play is trying to winch this a little bit closer to himself, but instead he's going to catch a winch in the face. He is going to get a trade-off. They both kill each other there, and we are going to see an instant res on Belize. So nice support out of Wally. Bimo looking to do one of the same. However, with all of this happening, Refine is just going to be able to hold on to this one, no problem. Bimo gets the res, and the Scallywags, or pardon me, Refine is going to get out of there with the money. And the
big winch too.
Have a free box. I don't think anyone pushed them this entire time.
Yeah, and they got a free box just because of that spawn, forcing this third party. One team could have left, but I do think people opting for the third party may be making it easier, especially with Ape Aura forcing so early on, forcing out a big brawl, and Refine does take that box. And it's interesting to note that we do see kind of a narrative take hold of Gremlin previously on Scallywags, now facing up against them in this group.
Yeah, I love the stories like that for sure. It is so cool, and the longer this league is around and the longer these players are around, the more stories are going to develop. With that being said, though, C plugged significantly earlier than this preceding cash out. D is going to get plugged. I don't think a gateway is even involved over there to fast travel it quite yet. However, it does look like Refine is on the scene. Uni a bit split from the rest of his team, but if anyone is able to get away with being split, it is Uni. Gets hit twice, one more shot, and he's done. Slothy's going to find the RPG on Lasagna. That is a huge
good cleanup
pick there. Grem's gonna fall as well, so this is unfortunate positioning now. Now Uni, who was alone, left alone again. He does get the fast revive with the hand. Unfortunately, I don't know how much that is really going to go. Both Uni and Lasagna just struggling to get their health back. Now Uni last man alive again as the light,
that's the cleanup.
and he is going to fall.
Wow, Refine kind of just getting caught.
Holding on to that one. Meanwhile, across the map,
surprisingly, not what I expected, to be honest.
Their fight against Ape Aura, who is in possession of this money.
Yeah, and Refine going down. It's going to be a huge stagger on the way of C. C's a minute ahead, almost exactly, from the other vault and cash out on the other side. We're going to see probably everyone come to C and then maybe make their advance over to Ape Aura. We're going to see a drop come out, and we're going to see it's going to be a goo. We're probably going to see a forced point on the way of C. We do see some high ground advantage come the way of Rabble Rousers, and some great heals come from Zuki.
Oh, nice glitch.
And seeing who is going to have the opportunity to take this.
Zuki's going to drop.
We're gonna
unlucky.
On the other side of the map, Refine is now fighting Ape Aura, as we see Belize and Zuki getting taken out by Take and Varian. And it looks like Rabble Rousers are going to take this point. Walio going down on the other side. And now on the other side of the map, Udrakoni getting a pick off on Gremlers. Lasagna gets taken out. And BMO falling to Hank J. Wimbledon Uni. Going to finally get that reset onto BMO. And we're in a great position for Ape Aura.
No way. Wow.
Getting some crazy beams on Hashi.
Uni going nuts. Holy. Oh my god.
And BMO resets on Hashi. It's going to be a tough position as Lasagna finally gets the coin.
Dude, bro's a monster.
30 seconds to take this. If Hashi does not hit that 3-shot on Uni, it's going to be very tough now for Refine to finally get this point.
Yeah, Uni was going absolutely nuts there as Lasagna was going to hit a nice winch, doing absolutely everything he could in his power. It just probably wasn't enough there. We do see the Scallywags trying to show up a little bit late to the party, trying to get a cheeky steal that just is not going to go through for them. Across the map, the Rabble Rousers again just playing a game of their own. They're playing chess and everyone else is playing checkers, it seems. Significant cash advances, significant difference, I'm sure, in the kill department when we check. Yeah, the slaying doesn't even necessarily need to be there when you're just really not getting pushed like that. It will reflect later on in those kill totals, but for the time being, I don't think the Rabble Rousers are complaining at all about how this lobby's been playing out.
Yeah, I think the Rabble Rousers are going to have a great position to take first. I'm curious to see if people are going to be playing for that guaranteed second or not, maybe doubling this, but I think a split is probably a little bit more advantageous unless we see Ape Aura wanting to get that guaranteed second. But we're going in full.
Whoa.
Getting a huge winch out on to Slothy, taking him down. Belize now getting reset, getting taken down by Varian.
Okay, Belize is back.
Walio doing a great job, and Zuki cleaning up Varian. We see a huge reset from both teams. We see a
Slothy in a bad position here.
Come the way of
He missed.
Gonna take out Slothy as BMO comes over and cleans him up. A third party coming in over on this cash box. Huge
Good lord, what a bad place to be in.
And it's gonna be crazy
No
because we're
pad.
going to see a forced point. We're going to have a team rotate all the way up, going to get that D-man down, and that flip come the way of Apor. Trying to make his escape and stall this point. We're going to need to see Apor try and get some great positioning and stall this.
Dude, there's so much happening. This is like what I was talking about. Cody asked me what map I think is the most entertaining to watch, and I said Sis for the sake of it. It's just sometimes so hectic. Like, this is ridiculous.
Open on the other side of the map, and Apor getting taken out. This is going to be a huge
Uni's one shot. Belize winds up getting the steal. Like, they steal that. After everything, they just stole that. That is crazy.
That is a huge steal out of the Scallywags. That's going to throw them directly into second
My
place.
God, what a insane just turn of events there.
Work on that group project as well, and are still going to get the highest grade. So that's something that the finals is all about for sure. It's a game of timing just as much as it's a game of aiming. We do have our final box of the match getting plugged over here at A. That is in the hands of the Rabble Rousers, so they've plugged pretty much every single box, and I don't think they've lost control of a box yet. I may be misremembering, but I do think I am correct there. We have every team are about to collapse here with 45 seconds left, and even less if you want to hop that steal. Your work is cut out for you, and you have to move quickly. If you're the Rabble Rousers, you're going to let all of this chaos ensue. Again, they don't even have to shoot their guns right now. All the other teams are doing the work for them.
What's up, Gio?
Wally. Scallywags, definitely the least healthy team.
Another box is coming in for a plug. Apor might get this plugging.
Are they getting the double? Oh, they did double.
And now it's a better advantageous situation for this kill race. We do see Apor and Scallywags now in a potential kill race. I don't think we're going to see anyone look for the take. I think Apor is going to be playing for that second place. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, big cleanup there out of BMO.
And now Rabble Rousers is now going to be fighting for their first place because it's
Dude, what in the world?
Apor second place. Rabble Rousers convincingly taking a first place in fantastic fashion. Unfortunately, Apor got that plug and was able to squeak out the victory.
My favorite TFC member.
That game was kind of
What's up, baby?
I'm not gonna
What you doing, Gio?
I think the flow was all over the place. Looking at
Bro, fucking nightmares what that was.
Top frag on the lobby and top frag on the day. Hank J. Wimbledon, aka Uni, 14 kills. Unfortunately, not translated.
That's this horizon for you, bro. It just turns into absolute chaos.
Secure them some kill points. So that's actually pretty huge out of Uni. They're making something out of nothing. But looking at the top here, I believe that your first place team does have the least amount of kills in the lobby, and it's significant as well. They weren't really pushed on two separate occasions. They plugged.
Oh, it's your girl's B-Day party today?
Lost their boxes.
Damn,
So
bro.
that was just
TFTI.
fundamental finals out of
Just kidding.
out of them, honestly.
Yeah, I do think they did.
What y'all doing? Just throwing a party at the house?
Objective-based game, and it really paid off going into this first game. One thing I would like to note is if they
That's
did
crazy,
not
bro.
plug that last box, which I don't think they had enough time to kind of react to that, they still would have gotten a first place because Scallywags did end up winning the box over on the other side of the map. But because they weren't able to make that call quick enough, they did get that plug and end up securing that. I think it's a fantastic macro play to go for that next plug to secure out that kill race from Apor. Fantastic macro, securing that second box in second place. But I do, going back
diabolical.
to your point about the flow of the match, I do think it was a little bit unorthodox. We did see the points be kind of staggered off straight off the bat and cause a lot of weird plays and a lot of third parties in that match, especially on that first box where we saw an unusual spawn come out from Apor and the game really forcing that third party. It's kind of throwing things for a loop. But I think we're going to be going into Skyway Stadium. I think this is the first time we've seen this map in the day.
God, I hate Skyway. Skyway, I don't know what it is about this map, but I'm constantly third-partied on this map. Just constant.
Soul and Monaco, and it combines the two of them into one very unique and unorthodox map that definitely just absolutely fits the story and lore of the finals. But with that being said, we do have some teams, an interesting approach here from the Rabble Rousers, not normally the way you see teams approach this vault number one, at least not in my ranked games, but we do see the Scallywags instead being the aggressors going for that plug. Normally you do see that team with the purple spawn actually be the aggressors on the tap. However, they're going to completely flip.
Chat, I'm on the merch store for the finals right now, and I'm torn on if I want to get a small Namatama plushie or not.
To deal with this fight against the Scallywags, Belize and Zuki.
My thing is, it has to go on my bookshelf because I don't have space above my desk on my shelves. For any of you that have seen like my setup, I don't think it will fit up there. It's just gonna have to go on my bookcases in the living room, which is not a bad thing per se.
Not to no avail as Varian finds 2.
I'm also trying to decide if I want to pick up like a CNS shirt or something, since that's our sponsor this season.
Going to get wiped. Uni picking up where he left off, killing all 3 of them.
Yeah, and being the last one on his team too. Fantastic shots as always from Uni. I do think that going back to this mansion point, it was a little unorthodox to see Scallywags get a little bit too impatient and push down and get that tap, but I do understand you don't want to get these points staggered because that could cause chaos down the line as we saw in the last map. We're going to be setting up on this point. Team Refined going to be setting up a C4 drop as Lasagna makes his way in, getting some great shots.
Zuki a quarter.
Zuki making his escape, and Uni going to be behind them, potentially looking for a great flank when his team does look to collapse on top of Scallywags. It's going to be a long, drawn-out fight as Belize looks to go force the point, try and bait it just for a few seconds. Lasagna going to be opening that up. Belize misses his winch, and now we're going to see Gremlin dropping and trying to clean up Belize. And it's going to be crazy because everyone on Scallywags is at 1 HP, and Gremlin does go down. And now it's going to be Lasagna falling shortly after.
That just fell apart for them.
Beams and Wally finally cleaning up Uni, seemingly unkillable, but does go down. And on the other side of the map, we're going to be going in with a clean fight. Udriconi going to be taken out by Varian, but that's going to be a trade, and BMO cleaning things up into a 1v1 scenario. Going to be looking for a res as Sloth looks to be going for the res as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say on the
2v2.
Belize with a pretty big 2-piece. He's kind
Surely
of
Hashi just coins.
For the Scallywags, I feel like when he's on point, they're generally winning, and if he's
I like this.
struggles, he's just one of those types of players. I think the league has a few of them, but that is a testament to how good he truly can be. And right there,
Yikes.
it paid off for him. Unfortunately, Ape Aura on the receiving end.
Okay, Hashi gets one.
On the rabble rousers. Hashi all by his lonesome here.
Oh,
50 HP.
That was a nice rotate out of him.
He's gonna fall to Slothy. Take is gonna get the res as well. So the Rabble Rouser is looking very strong to start things off in our first couple of games here. Meanwhile, Wally's going to find some nice kills and the res as well on Uni. A rare loss of a gunfight. You see him.
God, man, he's 5-2. Uni and the rest of his team is donuts.
This is a fantastic position to be in if you're the Rabble Rousers. You have the slight cast advantage over the Scallywags, and just getting this advantage and pushing it, trying to get a plug and break out away from Scallywags is going to be a huge advantage for them. We're going to be going into a gateway on the way of Vault 4, moving this rather swiftly, I imagine, from Varian. But Slothy, his teammate, is taking a massive amount of damage and finally gets peeled to his light to get reset.
Yep, some nice heals coming in out of Varian as well. I'm loving the new role that Light has. You're still that off-angle Slayer, but now a bit more support-oriented as well. Varian playing these windows kind of like a madman, a bit aggressive there for sure, and Ape Aura is going to dispose of that push pretty handily, and they're going to get a quick plug as well, while Refine is working on a plug of their own. However, they're still dealing with one member of the Scallywags taking care of Zuki there, and they're also going to get their own plug. That money was tossed a bit away, just trying to stall things out, but we have gateways and fast travel. It's the future. It's 2025.
I do think this mansion point, both these points are very hard to take. They have clean lines of sights and long pushes and long treks. We're going to see Lasagna maybe getting jumped on relatively, but no, he has a great high ground position on this team. We see a early Dome come out the way of Slothy as he looks for a big RPG and does get some value, but he takes some damage himself down at 1 bar. And will he be able to reset, or will Refine look for this pick? as Take 1E goes down, and now it's going to be a 1v1. Hank J. Wimbledon falling to Varian. Huge 1v1 on that 93-hour glitch going out.
Wow.
Varian, taking out Gremlin, and now we see a good advantage 1v1 Lasagna versus Varian.
Yeah.
2v1 now.
Putting in work. And speaking of 1v1s, Lasagna versus Varian, this is exactly a scenario they were both in.
Oh my god.
On the line, and that's exactly how it went the last time as well. Varian winning his one against Lasagna. This guy loves his one-on-one situations. He lives for it, and it's what these clutch players are all about. He's got another enemy in his line of sights here, and it is Uni hunting him down. Absolute predator.
No way. No way. Wow.
Disgusting shots. Nobody in the world saw that one coming. Varian getting sat down there, and that is going to actually change a lot on the momentum of this fight here.
That's crazy, bro. Oh my god.
For the rabble rousers to do anything about it, and they're going to get wiped. So huge stuff out of Uni. Really, I think single-handedly kind of flipping the script there.
And over on the other side of the map, it looks like Abora did win their 3v3 and was able to delay enough to secure the mansion point. Again, that's such a hard point to take, and I wouldn't expect it to go any other way. We're going into this fight, and if we see Belize getting taken out, it's just going to be Wallio at one bar, and Zuki finally getting back up on Wally, trying to get his health regen. Wallio finds Belize's body, gets the reset as Abora backs away, going to Vault 5, and are going to be in a fight against the rabble rousers. And it's BMO going down on the other side of the map. Hashi going to be looking for a res as Drac gets winched away from his teammate. That's a scary sight to see. And now Hashi gets found, going to be taken out by Varian. That was, if I was Hashi, I'd be shaking in my boots.
Yeah, that was something out of a horror movie for sure. Looking at the money here, Refine has stepped things up in a tight but cozy first place right now, as Gremlin's going to find an assist over here on Wally. He's got Belize in his line of sight. Belize just trying to get out of there. He doesn't fall off the map, so he caught himself somewhere on a ledge. Very nice movement out of Belize. However, the Scallywags do not have much health between the two of them. We do have Vault 6 being tapped, as Vault 5 has already been plugged in across the map to the hands of the rabble rousers. Grem and company just holding down this roof, doing everything they can. They really want to get this plug. They do not want to see a double, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this is going to be anyone's game. It looks like Scallywags are going to be probably playing for second, but it is anyone's first place here. And now we're going to be going into a big fight. Lasagna going to be getting a two-piece on Belize and Zuki.
Oh my god, bro.
Three-piece to clean everything up. 3 kills out of the way.
Crazy.
Lasagna on the pike, taking out Scallywags seemingly by himself. And on the other side of the map, we're going to see Apora versus the rabble rousers. Drac going to be looking for that early Doma. Glitch comes out, supporting his teammate, and huge damage comes out. But will we be able to clean this up? And Slothy goes down, and now Hashi gets the res on Ujakoni, taking out Varian. Apora now going to be able to secure the flip. And we're going to be seeing where these teams spawn in, because this could be, they get spawned on rather quickly. We see Scallywags getting a huge spawn right as this team gets taken out. And now we're going to see Apora get it caught off guard, but an early dome gets out by Belize. And now that's going to be a huge disadvantage if we are going to be able to see Apora going to be rotating in. A winch comes in. Bima's going to try and find his escape, but he gets taken out by Wallio. A huge winch. And now we're going to be seeing Hashi and Ujakoni going to be rotating around. 30 seconds left on this cash box. Will they be able to force this point? A drop comes out, stalling it even more. Some goo blocking off the line of sight, and it's going to be a tough take, blocking everything. A huge RPG taking out Zuki, and a stall coming out from Ujakoni. A huge kill on Belize. Drac goes down, and Hashi gets the reset.
Wallio is going crazy.
Versus Hashi with a 2v1 as he does
get
back up. And a fantastic fight from Apor. And now on the other side of the map, we're going to be going.
It's crazy that they saved that.
Second steal from Slothy, going to be trying to winch this in as we go ice fishing. Refine looking down on
49,000, 50,000.
Slothy getting taken out, getting taken out, and it looks like Team Refine is going to be able to take.
All right, Refine's going to come in first here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great composure though on the other side of things from
Wow.
Apora, who they got their wipe, and honestly kind of got screwed by the finals gods on that spawn, but they managed the push perfectly, stayed calm, cool, and collected, and holding that.
These have been a lot closer
push,
series than I
into a
expected.
second place. Would have nice to see them get that first, but no plays were really able to be made across the map on the other side of things. Great work though out of Team Refine. Something we're very accustomed to seeing out of them.
Yeah, and Uni not top fragging. We did see Varian kind of really showing off that round in terms of the frag capabilities, really showing out and beating out Uni, as we didn't really expect Uni to fall on the frag department. But overall, we do see the kills go rather even. We see the Scallywags kind of getting the short end of the stick on that round, but overall, everyone's relatively even on the kills.
Yeah, pretty much. Varian and Uni just seem to be popping off today. I don't think it's any coincidence that the 93 Rs are popping off. It is kind of the lights roll, though, so take everything you see with a grain of salt. These teams are kind of set up in ways for certain people to usually get more kills than the other. Generally speaking, you're going to see your medium probably get the least kills. Of course, anything is possible. It's always feed the hot hand, and things can always change. But you're going to see your lights get the most kills, sometimes the heavies, and usually last is going to be the mediums. But going up into our next map, Sensoyo, were you able to catch that one?
Unfortunately, I was not able to catch that one, but I would like to say I do really like seeing Refine make their comeback. Going from 4th to 1st is really going to even out the board and make the next few matches be that much more important. And I think we're going into Nozomi Citadel, if I'm not mistaken, for this next match.
Yeah, it is going to be Citadel. I am very excited to get into this one. I'm trying to get a quick update here on the teams that we're currently looking at playing. On the scores wise, we have Refine and Ape Aura. They're within 60 points of each other, so that's really a 1-game difference if things can swing in either direction. But not too far behind are the Rabbler Rousers, who've been playing very well. Currently sitting in 10th, but again, this is our last group of the day, so by default, they're going to be starting off in that poor position. I think Rabbler Rousers are off to a great start to start things off today. But
where's this group at in terms of points right now?
Citadel,
Sorry, again, 1 second.
And Ape Aura, they're coming off a very strong performance. Not quite as strong as Refine, but those respectively are our 1st and 2nd place teams.
I mean, Ape Aura is right behind Rob or
like they're going to be
Refine.
Here in our opening
pretty crazy.
Fight. He had some huge shots out of Hashi, but Uni with some crazy shots as well from across the map, I believe near the billboard. We're going to see Bimo get winched by Grem as well. Nice winch out of Grem, and that's going to leave Draconi all by himself, and he's going to go down relatively quickly. And now we're going to see that tap on vault number 2. Across the map, we have another engagement ensuing as Zuki trying his best to make up for the fallen beliefs here, but he just can't seem to find the picks. Varian is going to find one as well, so now Zuki again by himself, and Slothy's going to hit him in the mouth with the fist SA-12 combination. So 2 nice swipes respectively for both teams, and we're going to see a couple cash outs get plugged here.
And there's going to be a 20-second stagger at least because of that tap just coming out on the way of 1 at the same time that B got plugged in. It's not going to be not going to be too big of a stagger. However, it could be influential if another team comes in and stalls this plug out even further, which it does look like we're going to be seeing some shots fired towards Rabble Rousers, but it does go in. So that stagger is going to be saved just a little bit, but we see Ape Aura contesting A.
Yeah, we're seeing a contest here, and I think 20 seconds is kind of like that magic number where anything over 20 seconds, you might have some trouble if you are the second team that is on the plug. But if you can get it in with 20 seconds, normal like traverse times across the map should help you out there. We do see Ape Aura trying to just fight and shoulder here for position. They are very well coordinated and together. They have spotted out Varian in the staircase, but he is really working that pole, doing everything he can to stay alive, and they've completely lost track of him. Instead, we're just going to see a steal because they're like, this guy's moving like a madman. I don't want to fight that. And it looks like they are actually going to get this flip right here.
Good flip.
Almost looked like an 8-second steal.
It's going to be hard to keep, though. Yeah, I was going to say, Rabble Rousers are literally on high ground right now. This is big for them. Yeah, Draconi's already down.
I do not know know
BMO
how he got out of there
about to
with
get
his life,
picked.
but Ashy and BMO doing whatever they can to not
Yep,
only get
and
Draconian alive,
then
but stay alive themselves. BMO's
Hashi
gonna
is done
fall, but
for.
Hashi
Yeah.
makes up for one. Unfortunately, does get taken
It's a
out.
tough situation. I mean, they got a great
little less than
flip.
a minute left in
It's
this
just
box.
like
Yeah, I do think
having that
when you get
height
that
advantage
flip,
is
you
just
need to instantly
rough to
rotate
come
out.
back
They
from.
got plenty of value to retake that, so huge coming in the way of the rabble-rousers. But over on the other side of the map, we're going to see Team Refine full-heartedly hold this point. So fantastic work from both the rabble-rousers and Refine at winning their boxes. Again, huge value, huge, clean, convincing fights. But we do see that 20-second stagger maybe come into effect here as Ape Aura comes back in. They may have one last chance to send a Hail Mary steal on this point. As we saw on their last take, they wasn't able to drop convincingly. And we do see a 5 seconds left to probably get on this thing. They need to get on now if they even want an opportunity. And no, rabble-rousers do get a convincing stall on that as the heals come out towards Udrakoni, buying him so much more time, and Ape-Aura does get the wipe on the rabble-rousers. As on the other side of the map, we're going to see a gateway play move this box rather quickly, and the Scallywags look for a defensive setup. And we see Wallio on the model making a little bit of a swap up. I do like this as this is a very close range map. Uni almost going down to 1 HP, finally makes an escape using that dash as the Scallywags look to that advantage for the plug.
Yeah, and we do see the rabble-rousers coming off spawn pretty much simultaneously. So they are going to spawn over by Vault 4. I love to see this model in the hands of Wally as well. It's just cool to see the multiple options that these high-level players all have to work with. Very different from other games where everyone is literally using the exact same thing. The potential and versatility that this game offers is absolutely fantastic.
Wow.
Huge winch out of Belize. They're going to pick off Hashi with that one. Now finding themselves in an advantageous situation. BMO is going to come off spawn, but BMO and Draconi against Belize, Wally, and Zuki. This is going to be a tough one. We do now see the rabble-rousers in possession of a box, while Refine is also in possession. It looks like they just got away with something there. I didn't quite catch it, but Grem and company are now looking to scout out the Scallywags who they have right under their noses. In fact, Grem is going to hit a huge... No, he's not. It's going to get blocked by a pixel, it looks like. He is going to get the kill anyway on Wally. He's going to miss that winch. So, unfortunate series of events for Grem and Refine.
Belize gets a 3-piece out of the woodworks.
Good lord.
Taking out full Team Refine. Fantastic work. I mean,
what happened? My EM just came unplugged.
Fantastic work out of Belize, but not exactly how Refine envisioned that one, I'm sure.
There we go.
And now on the other side of the map, I think we're going to be seeing a forced point from Wally finally getting the flip, and they're going to be third. Came in from Ape or going to be cleaning up Wally. Is going to be
not the best play out of Wally. Oh,
enough time to get that flip, but BMO getting taken out by the C4. Udrakoni going to be holding that crazy position.
Oh my god, Belize going crazy.
He should have gotten off that and
Oh, wait, bro's turning up right now.
Go down, you know it's a 2v2 and you no longer have the advantage. You need to take that. But on the other side of the map,
oh my god, the H-Plus is crazy there.
Sets onto Gremlin, getting a variant, pushing him down to one last player on the rabble-rousers. Will they get the flip? They do get the kill on variant and are able to get the
dude, I've never seen cash outs flip this much in Pro League. I feel like every 5 seconds I'm watching a cash out flip for all these maps. It's been ridiculous.
Gonna probably be fighting fourth, second place if the box gets split, but it's going to be anyone's game to take for first between Refined, Rabble-Rousers, and Scallywags as this fight breaks out. One last Hail Mary is being fought on this point, but not anyone's going to be able to have the opportunity to take this.
Yeah, Refine's going to walk away with this one. We did see these boxes change hands quite a bit in those like winding down final 20 seconds, but Refine is able to lock it in and secure that one. We do see 5 on the move. If you're Ape Squad, I mean, I'm sure you're wishing you can get a double here and potentially get first place. But as it stands right now, you are playing for second. They are engaging with the rabble rousers right now, who seem to be making out with the box. So just worst case scenario for Ape Aura, as they took the money from right in front of you. Slothy is going to get that plug. It could be worse, as you didn't wipe or
Yikes.
anything, but Hashi's going to get taken out.
Where'd Cody go? He, I guess, had stuff to do.
Now Slothy and Take playing a bit
Yeah,
of a two-man
it's been me
game.
for a while.
Shimoni's gonna fall as
It's
well.
all good.
BMO all by himself against 3
This series has been like
not
hard to
in
even talk about
situation.
because there's so much happening. There's been a flip, I feel like, every
Able to slow it down,
like 10
get a
seconds.
reset. It does look like, however, Slothy has sniffed this one
Like
out. He's got the height
it's been pretty
advantage.
close
He
except for
knows
April, where they've kind of
exactly
gotten robbed on this
where
map.
BMO and company are. He's gonna be hunting down this kill heavily. He doesn't want to let
That's what
his
I'm saying.
squad
Imagine
go
having a
down.
life. Lame.
Yeah, BMO narrowly makes it away. Over on the other side of the map, they're going to be trying to get this plug in.
No, yeah, he had stuff he had to do.
Might be playing for a
He
first
said he might be
place,
back
really
during this
looking
series,
at that
but I don't
46.
think it's gonna be
We see
likely.
Wallio
So.
getting taken out, Gremlin getting taken out on the
But
other
this
side of
is
the
Group
map,
C. There's
and
2 maps
Suki
after this, so we're almost
falling,
done.
and it's just Bruce
Apo is
left
not
over
playing today,
and
but yeah,
Gremlin
probably.
Refine does take that and get that
He
plug to
apparently does not.
potentially
He's
secure
not free on
first. They still have to win it,
Saturdays,
however,
and so
but we do
they had
see
a sub
Draconian looking
on
for
fourth party
a
cash box.
getting reset. That heal's
But
coming
yeah,
out
I would
pretty
imagine
fast,
that he
but
still
an
runs the
RPG
bow.
almost
Fourth
taken
party
out
cash
from
box, I felt like did
Big
okay
huge
today.
Shots come the way of BMO, and BMO is the last one up, and he's going to get wiped from the rabble rousers. This is still plenty of time for both teams, everyone to play for their placements. We still see a great opportunity for everyone.
Yeah, we see the Scallywags too getting the A spawn favor, but Wally's just going to get absolutely melted trying to get across on that jump pad. That's going to prove very costly. Actually, potentially a
You
tactical
keep running the
right there.
loadout you
Maybe
sent me.
you
Is
get
it
a
good
better
or is it
spawn
you struggling?
next time around, but time is dwindling down, especially on the box that belongs to the rabble rousers. I don't think anybody really has
It's
a play
really
for it, and I
good.
think they know that as well. They're getting out of
That's
there. We do see
pretty wild,
Lasagna
honestly.
with some ice fishing from above. However, it is Apes that are getting most of the kills here. Uni does find one. Scallywags are still down coming off spawn right now. Lasagna all by himself against 3 Apes. The age-old question, one gorilla versus how many men, may be answered right here, right now. But Lasagna is getting
I'm
the
sure.
resets
I
in.
mean, are you basically just
Coming
playing for
off
stall?
Steel coming in though, a beautiful winch as well.
Because your
So
kid's
they're gonna
kind of
get a
for
flip.
stall, right?
This really is only going to swing
the most part.
towards one position because of the amount of money that is there. Varian's finding 2 kills. Slothy's finding a kill as well. So teams are looking here at this point just for the kill points. Not much can truly shift unless
Yeah,
we see
okay.
Refine get on it at the very
Yeah, I
last
figured you
second.
was like you're trying to
Time has
you try to
expired
plug and
for
then
that
you sit
window
back and try to
sail. The
pop
ship has
people,
sailed.
basically,
Finds one.
and then use breach
Everyone is
damage.
dying. It's absolute carnage.
That makes sense,
Rabble
though.
Rousers take first place. Refine in second.
Oh my
Huge
god.
top 2 finish here.
2 more maps.
Yeah, and that's going to be another huge...
2 rabble
W
rousers have been
for
popping
Refine,
off.
really pushing out the advantage. Wait, it's actually rabble rousers who take the first place, if I'm not mistaken. So fantastic at really swinging that around at the last second. Refined.
I'm trying to play. I want to play so
place.
bad. Oh,
It's been the tale of Rabble Rousers.
it's like watching this much finals, not getting to play today is rough.
Varian again, 12 kills. He's been absolutely cooking. He was 6-0, died twice, and then went 6-0 again, resulting in his 12-2 performance. Even distribution pretty much everywhere else across the board.
I'm down. I'm trying to learn heavy.
A
So if
few
you want to run
players
World Tour or
struggled
something, we
here,
can.
but
I can
when you
also play
have some
medium.
absolute beamers that are cooking in the lobby, it only makes sense. It's the checks and balances. If
Yeah,
someone's
there's 2 more
cooking,
maps to go, and then we
someone's
can
getting
swap.
smoked. So
What's up, Aqua?
take everything you're seeing with a grain of salt here. These players need to have a short.
I just muted so I don't. You don't hear me in voice chat.
Stadium next, so fresh slate.
What are you,
Fresh
bro?
slate
Okay.
going into this next one.
Yeah, Fortune Stadium should be rather a fun map. We did see some of these close range options come out. And I do think Fortune Stadium's another map where you kind of can make that work. I know Walio's preference is
Oh, it wasn't bothering
going
you?
towards that
I mean,
model, and that's something he's been running since Breakout and early in season 2, I believe. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what these players bring to the table in Fortune Stadium. What do you think about the overall standing that we've seen in terms of the placement? I think we see some relatively even placements. I think Scallywag has kind of dropped a little bit there, but what do you think?
Yeah, I think for the most part, Refine is kind of stabilizing themselves in the standings. Rabble Rousers are probably going to be making a bit of a jump. Unfortunately, so far, Ape Aura not off to the start that they really wanted, more seconds and thirds. But again, we still got a couple games here, and this has been the most tightly contested group that we've seen so far today. So with all these tight finishes, it's still really anybody's game. Refine currently, the way things are standing, are sitting in third place.
Is it the where you looking at one?
They're gonna need a couple big
All right,
performances
I'm looking at it.
if they want to catch up to Bricks, because right now it's looking like Team Ed and Bricks are just.
Oh wait, you're running. That's right. You're running.
Refine certainly has a chance going.
I forgot you were running DB, not sniper or bow.
I just want to shout out all our subs. Thank you guys all for the support.
Damn, hiding behind the door is crazy.
Who else? Neotor, Lord Foog. We got an.
I need to find the clip from the stream earlier today of us reacting to Jerry. Jerry Music Man, bro. He housed a fucking ice cream cone unbelievably. It was honestly raw talent.
The support means the world to not only Prohubs.
I gotta find the clip
I know that
at some point.
So thank you all for all the support and gifted subs. But Fortune Stadium, man, what a map. I think this is probably
Kai, how does a Sunday work for a tournament in the next 2 weeks?
Over time has gotten more and more love. I do think
ice cream cone, bro. He housed an ice cream cone. Like, I will find the clip at some point. I promise. I'll send the clips.
Hospital-esque.
It was crazy
In that corner building. So it's gonna be interesting to see what these players bring out into this match. Whether or not we'll see more.
How many Sundays do we have left? We have tomorrow and then 2 more, right?
Or we'll be seeing those models and F cars come out.
Yeah, what it is looking like
2 more. Okay.
Is the 93R so far, and that is definitely a good point about
All right, I'm gonna put a
the
poll up.
building. Everyone is so quick to talk about the hospital push, but that NGMO building can absolutely.
Oh, my keyboard just DC'd.
And you can manipulate the box over at the Halto buildings as well to be very difficult. We're seeing a crazy aggressive push here, some insane jump tech off of the elevator. However, it's going to get shut down pretty much immediately. And they're just going to see a tactical wipe. Zugi taking his own knife, Scallywags jumping off the map. And we're going to see a quick plug out of Ape Aura as well. So some very fast fights going on. The plug before the fight, very interesting to see. We're going to see a winch come in on Draconi. He's going to fall to Grem. Nice winch. Hashi does get the res on BMO. However, Refine is definitely in a more advantageous position, at least for the time being. Grem still with that RPG in hand, a lot of potential, but he's going to completely whiff on that. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to put up a poll now.
What you want to see if you are Grem. He's now going to need to wait for Lasagna. He's actually got his.
Yo, Aqua, thank you for the prime, bro. Much appreciated.
M11 absolutely melting Grem in that point blank situation.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to put a poll. That's right now.
I guess the word on the street is you run M11 on Fortune Stadium.
I think this whole building falling apart and crumbling like paper was pretty comical. But over on the other side, we're going to be setting up a team-at jump pad from Scallywags. I don't think they want to go for it. They're waiting for Zuki to set up for them to jump on it. One of them hits their heads. Zuki getting some good damage in off angles. And Belize is going to be going up and taking the brunt of this fight. And now getting a good RPG out on the 3 of them. Wallio taking out Slothy.
Yeah.
And am I crazy? Do we see Wallio on heavy and Belize on medium on this match? This is something completely unorthodox that I haven't seen. I know Belize's model is very potent, but I don't think I've ever seen Wally on heavy. But we're gonna go in for a third party. Team Refine coming in to clean up the damage done, and Hank J. Wimbledon Uni taking out Wallio, and Belize also falling down, gonna be going for that flip. I don't know if I have much words for this besides just chaos.
All right, the poll is up.
I mean, I
3 days to respond. So chat, if you're interested in playing in a community tournament for Surprising, join our Discord, go to the tournament announcements page, and vote on the 20th or the 27th. Those are the 2 dates we can do. You cannot do the 27th. Okay, yeah, just vote for the 20th.
However,
We'll see what we can make happen.
Cash out successfully, and so will Team Refine.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to do Sundays for this month. And we are just gonna do cash out. You're good. No worries.
I'm going to go for
But yeah, we have to do cash out, and it's gonna be like pretty thrown together as a tournament. I mean, like it'll still be organized like normal.
In a bit of a role reversal here.
Yeah, we're gonna get a quick TP. I don't
But
think they're gonna be contested.
it won't be very thematic or anything like we've done previously because we just don't have time.
Now getting a clean dome off. Slothy does go down by the way of Belize.
If you're not there, which team is gonna win? That's true.
For that TP, it does get glitched, and now the Scallywags are off their boat on an island and away from this vault. And we're gonna go see. We're gonna see Refine get their plug as the Scallywags look to plunder their treasure.
I am loving the Scallywags references and puns that we got going on right now. Belize going for a bit of disrespect with the cash box whack. Not exactly landing that damage, but he does land a perfect center mesh shot with that model. So that is going to...
You want to see the triple medium team win? Which one was that? That was Tactical Turtles team, I think, right?
Relatively unscathed.
Yeah, I thought they played well. I thought everybody played well, in all honesty.
They're back on the scene. They're looking to get that height.
Like those games were pretty fun to watch.
Is going to get a fast pick on Zuki. Slothy's going to find one as well. And Scallywags are down to Walio, last man standing. Heavy winch, not exactly where you want to be at when you're dealing with 3 players. Take can pretty much go for this at will. If Wally wants to push it, he's kind of putting himself out of position. Instead, we're going to see the Scallywags opt for the full reset. Totally agree with that play.
You're back, you're defo farming. So the question is, are you running with Jog? Or are you gonna run with who's y'all's third?
Is showing up. They'll be there soon.
Griffin, right?
Are they going to approach this one? So
yeah, I'm not sure. They're going to have to go and either force the point or get a lucky find. We do see Walio finding Varian and now getting pushed by the full force of that heavy-medium combo. Slothy getting winch out of the air. Now a great winch from Wally. They need to clean this up. They did find the pick, and we see the light Varian grab the body and look for...
Oh, it's going to be you, Jog, and Duck U for the community tournament? I bet.
Varian. But I would be worried about a third party. We're going to see Apor pull up because there's still more time on Cash Out D than there is on the other side. It's going to be a fight from Apor. BMO now taking on a fight against Walio. Going to be able to escape. We're going to see a forced point from Hashi, I believe.
If you're running that team, you won't run your main loadouts. I mean, y'all do what you want.
Apor get the stall, or Rabble Rousers coming in, and Refined is over here too. This is everyone over on Cash Out D. It's almost anyone's fight, but it's going to be not for much because there's 4 teams here.
Yeah, everyone is here, and if you're Ape Aura, this is great because nobody has wiped. You just got to let these cards play to your favor. The longer teams are alive, the longer they are theoretically going to be fighting for. Varian trying to do his part in wiping out the entire lobby. Can't quite get that last.
Yeah, that's true.
He's actually going to die to gas, self-gas. Just try to get the wipe, and I think they're going to be looking for a advantageous spawn on the next box. BMO absolutely beaming with the M11, whipping out the heal beam as well. Not really catching much there. Apor catching a full reset, and they're going to be rotating over to what looks like vault number 6 because Grem and the homies are set up over here on vault 5, and that is just such a difficult position to push when the entire team is holding height like that.
Yeah, and it looks like Refine's going to get a relatively easy plug on A, which is probably going to secure him a second place. But if we see Apor get a plug, it's going to be a little bit of a kill race for that potential spot. But again, it could...
you're good, Kai.
It looks like it could be close for everyone here to play for that first and second. This plug could mean a lot, but we do see the Rabble Rousers camping on the Cash Out B. They're probably going to demat this down, get the plug.
Yep, BMO, a bullet. Actually a bullet.
A good lead.
BMO is literally a bullet.
Fight come in.
Oh my god, his healing started.
Way of Hashi getting taken out. BMO falling behind.
Okay, BMO is dead.
Trying to find
Look, if BMO gets out of that alive, that's crazy. Because bro literally was a whisper from death. I would have lost it.
And it may be not for much because it's not going to be enough to pass Apor. It's going to be a huge fight for this first and second place. We're going to have to see Rabble Rousers go in and try and get both points if they want a play to get first.
Yeah, Rabble Rousers kind of, their hand is going to be forced here because they will not be progressing with this box alone. And I do think they've got the memo and they probably have to get the show rolling However, they know if they leave sight, the odds are Scallywags may just show up and get a free steal there. So they also do need to try and maintain third place. But instead, the entire fight is actually going over to B. So the lobby seems to be trying to lock the rabble rousers in place here, not let them leave. Don't even give them a chance to double up here and get more money. However, Ape Squad is definitely trying to get more money, and they are in a position where they can still take first. Beautiful
Huge block with that goo.
Wow, big goo wall.
Did he hop off?
What's up, Hyperborean? Dude, to be honest with you, Rabble Rousers has been kind of performing well. This map, I don't think are going to be winning. I think Refine kind of have it in the bag, but Refine and Rabble have kind of been running this lobby, which is surprising. I mean, not surprising for Refine, but surprising for Rabble. So it's been actually a pretty interesting series. There's been a ridiculous amount of cash out steals, I will say. Way more than normal.
Go for those kills, play aggressive, but they also need to win their cash box. This could be a clean fight. BMO sitting in the corner getting a clean kill on take, and now we're just one kill away. They need to stop this though and get the stop. They can't have someone steal. A huge shot comes from Hashi, getting that first place from Apora. Refined narrowly getting second place there.
What?
That was crazy.
What a crazy ending. I am pretty sure that first stop was just a blunder. I don't want to put anybody on the spot there, but he stuck that for exactly 6.9 seconds and then hopped off of it. So I think
Warner Camper
was a blunder, and they did immediately hop back on it. So amazing that they were able to steal that point essentially twice at the end there. And they do also end up
winning the
kill race. So that was really great work out of Ape Aura. Almost a massive mistake, but instead walking away with the first place victory. Refine taking second there.
Yeah, I think Refined unfortunately got caught out on rotation. I think they had a great position to probably play for that first very easily, as we saw Apor had to defend their cash out, and they were able to pick up.
Welcome back, Kai.
Team Refined was over on their own cash out, just unfortunately cut out in rotation. Not able to.
Everborn, I don't know if you're interested, but I put a poll in the tournament announcements channel in Discord for people to vote for community tournament. I don't know if you've played in one yet, but yeah, you should join one sometime.
He's one of those players that we've seen just do absolutely ridiculous things. One of the true flex players that this league has to offer as well. You put him in any role, and he will be a productive contribution to your team. No questions asked. That man is absolutely goated. So if I want to see anybody go for a 1v3, it's definitely going to be Lasagna.
Yeah,
nah, you're good, bro.
And or his teammate Uni, honestly.
It's pretty last minute too. It's been a bit ridiculous trying to get this one planned with how much we got going on.
I mean, what are your thoughts on the M11 on that map? It did seem like it was working out for Uni and for
I
kind of clean up
could agree with you, Kai.
That close range. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's the pick on Fortune Stadium?
It just
teams fold really quick in Pro League. Like as soon as one's picked, it's kind of done.
To go up against, I just feel like at all levels it is such.
You occasionally see some resets, but I mean, I would say a lot of the problem is just positioning. People just getting caught in really bad positions more often than not.
So you kind of get the best of both worlds there.
Like I feel like that's why people lose fights more often than anything.
As well. It kind of makes sense. You have those heals, then you have a bunch of bullets to either pepper up the enemies or just unload your clip and try and get that finish, the cleanups on the kills. But we are heading into our final match of the evening, game number 15. Soyo, we've been at it for quite a while, and we are on Vegas Stadium.
Yeah, finally finishing on the new revamp.
I have said I've seen an improvement, to be fair, but I will say I noticed that pro players and really all finals players are very not patient when it comes to like they have the high ground or they have a cash out and they're like positioned above it. Like they have a strong position, and for whatever reason, they are just happy to jump down and give that up.
Hashi taking some big damage. Slothy going to be looking to try and clean that up. Does find the RPG, taking out Hashi.
And it happens a lot.
3v2 scenario. Going to try and see a.
You'll see a team and they're like, oh, they got this locked down, and all of a sudden they go to the bottom, and you're like, okay.
gonna be
like it's like they're so worried about getting the wipe, and to be honest, like they don't even need to. If they constantly chain res that person, they're just farming more money. You actually get more money by killing somebody repeatedly than you do with the wipe.
Left and right, and not to call anybody out, but we've been seeing
it happens everywhere. Pro League, ranked matches, whatever.
A bit of an outlier.
Oh, he killed him with the barrel.
The fire barrel kill on Varian.
Oh my god.
Winch in effect. Slothy's gonna go down as well. Somebody click the chat. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
I cannot stop laughing. That was pretty comical. He hit him right in the forehead with that red fire barrel. And I mean, it just really swung the fight in their favor. I mean, you can't really make this stuff up, chat.
No, and I'd say the odds that was actually planned are pretty slim to none if I'm being real, but all in all, it doesn't matter. It happened, and now we got to deal with it. We do see the rabble-rousers coming off spawn, trying to make their way over to A, but they know their work is cut out for them, and they know that these players are probably in an extreme height advantage here. So we do see the rabble-rousers trying to be somewhat quiet, walking around, but they throw that strategy out the windows. Now we're going to hit the zip line, make as much noise as we possibly can, and we're just trying to encroach here, but the time is absolutely dwindling, so they may have taken a bit too long with this push here, as Refine isn't going to have to do all that much to actually continue to hold this point.
I think Nullifier has the
outside
chance to be
view,
really
and
good.
yeah, just as I said, it looks like the rabble-rousers are just going to turn things around.
Yeah.
But just a bit of a misplay there on the timing wise, because they're not going to end up anywhere close to either one of these points. Instead, they are going to have to rotate and try their luck at another vault.
Yeah, and over on the other side, we saw Scallywags make a very valiant effort over to take the box away from Apor. Unfortunately, there was not enough time to really make that fight happen as fast as they wanted. They did hop on.
This is something we were talking about earlier, Kai, but with Light right now, I don't know what gadget you'd give up for Nullifier, because I think H+ is extremely meta, and then I think Glitch Grenades are also basically a requirement at the moment. And so that essentially is like, do you get rid of Gateway for Nullifier if you were to run it, or like, what do you drop?
Finally, Zuki gets the pick on Slothy, taking down his Reign of Terror. I'm not sure if Zuki's going to be able to get out of that fight, but it looks like he doesn't, and it's going to be a clean wipe from Scallywags.
Meanwhile, we have some heavy shots coming in from Jaconi, trying to take out the dome shield, that of Lasagna, or Grem, should I say.
Oh, I don't know, bro. It has been
work with that SA-12, just leaving
it's been kind of night and the game maker in these games, at least that I've watched today. It is easily countered by a shotgun, but I mean, anything else, it really does just make the difference in a fight.
These boxes, so not too much of a stagger here. We do see Uni coming from above, and we also see Wally and the Scallywags.
Your internet just went out? L, bro. That sucks. My internet's been having issues for the past like couple weeks, low key. I had scheduled an appointment, and then they were like, "Oh, we fixed the thing in your area," and then I don't know. I feel like it still has issues.
Have one safe drop onto that floating platform under it, but just on cue, Police is going to get rid of that option. It does get C4'd and dropped all the way down to the floor. Not much better though if you are the Scallywags, as they're just going to take height on you the second you do try to go for this steal.
Yeah, and honestly, there was a little bit of an issue there, but unfortunately for Scallywags, they did all make it up onto this roof. This is a very tough position, especially with this whole building collapsing around them. This is wild.
This is crazy.
Physics in this game for this disruption is going to be causing so much more chaos, but we get a huge dome down from Slothy, taking out Wallio. Varian getting some great shots on Belize, and unfortunately for Zuki, he gets
I think you're good on that one, Hyperborean.
On the other side, we see Apora
current moment
2v3 against Team Refined. Ujukoni at 1
during the fight, and how they actually go into one shooting each other while stealing. Yeah.
And they're going to be able to get off, take that fight, and now secure this point. Fantastic clinical fight.
I agree. I see what you're saying, Kai. I will say I think a lot of lights just maybe you're not playing like if they wanted to play around the healing specifically and make that the most primary thing in their kit, I think they still need to adapt their playstyle to do it.
The call out, he's one shot, just may not need to exist in your vocabulary anymore. Just delete that from your vocabulary, call out their location and call out what build they are, and let your teammate work together and figure that one out, because nobody is ever one shot these days. Looking at the scoreboard though, Refine is sitting pretty.
That is true.
They are about
I see what you're saying.
$1,000 ahead of the competition. Going into our final vaults
Oh,
of the
man.
evening, Draconi's gonna find his res. We do
Active
see
threads is
is
moved. Wait, what?
Refine and what appears to be the Scallywags up on the rooftops here on Vegas Stadium. Nice winch. That is going to find one on Belize. He's got another one down to half, that being Wally. Wally's going to fall as well. Zuki all by himself. It looks like Grem is just going to take this money and try to get going with it as fast as possible.
I thought you were talking about my cam, and I was like, wait, what happened? I thought it got stuck somewhere.
Plugged across the map anyway. So
I was like, what did I do?
You gotta put that thing over in B. Is going for a full reset though. Adds Refine does get their plug over in IP.
Yeah, we've seen a good situation for everybody to basically take this. We see Scallywags going to be fighting for third place. It looks like they're going to be out of contest for that second place. There's going to be fighting there. BMO going to be taken out by Uni.
This is a bad spot to be if you're Hashi. Yep.
Hashi be taken out by Uni. Uni cleaning up shop. But we're gonna see Ape Aura get a spawn back in and have another shot.
Are you gifted a member, Kai?
See Rabble Rousters holding and locking down Cash Out A, getting that drop relatively early, with Scallywags now looking for a fight, looking for any sort of sight of these teams. He does find Varian, but Varian makes a swift escape away from this point.
Well, I didn't know if you got gifted. You might have been gifted one. But can you still see it or no?
And Slothy holding hands, playing that mesh shield, and going to be playing rather defensively. They don't have that winch for the easy stall.
Give me a second. I'll see why you can see it.
They do find Wally running away from that goo, using it to their advantage. Huge shots on Belize. That 93 are pumping out so much damage. Belize finally getting reset rather swiftly, and we're going to be going into the last 30 seconds of the game on A, especially is going to be potentially a force point. Belize going to be looking for that point, going to be taking a big damage from RPG. C4 taking out Belize, and now it looks
if you got gifted membership, that's why. Or a sub on Twitch. I'm trying to find your thing right now.
Overtake second place at the very
God,
least,
dude,
but it doesn't
okay.
even matter, as this game is pretty much locked up here. Refine turning things around, pretty dominant performance. I think that they got off.
Actually, you shouldn't be able to see it. I don't think.
Took it personally, just like that Michael Jordan.
You can still see it. Wait, can you see all the channels, or can you just see the FAQ in the group?
Taken first place, but every other position between at least Ape Aura and the Rabble Rousers, it was pretty much a toss-up. Every single game, they were going back and forth, both in the kills and total cashed out department. So I am very curious to see where these final standings.
You can see the FAQ, but you don't see any other channels that are there.
Refine again with another first place finish. Looking at the scoreboard here as well, 7 apiece for Grem and Uni. Lasagna, that ultimate flex player on the support.
Yeah, the FAQ is meant to be public.
Well, like I said, the not so glorious life of a medium, but somebody's got to do it, and that is actually our last game. Yeah,
it's because so access to the rest of the channels in that group are controlled by Twitch and YouTube. Like we can't add or remove people from the permissions that manage it. So that FAQ is there to essentially be like, make sure you have your stuff linked, so otherwise you're not gonna be able to see everything. That's just how it works. So yeah, anyways, that was me today, so it might be a little confusing.
Fantastic games from everyone. I think Refined probably squeaked out that group and really took it to them in the second half.
This is the last map. That was the last map, huh?
So fantastic job by Refine, if I'm not mistaken. They probably won that group.
Yeah, I definitely think Refine won the group. I do have the scores pulled up. I'm hitting a quick refresh just to see, just to confirm. But it was a very tight race between Refine and Ape Aura. If you're looking at the website here, 13 points are actually separating our third and fourth place teams, But I think it goes without saying, we all know Team Ed is currently
Team Ed is cooking.
Looking solid in second. They've got 804
cooking
points.
right now. I don't think they've dropped a map.
Points. That's 3 first place finishes are separating.
I think you should hit refresh yet again. I think there's been a little bit of a change up.
Oh wow!
In that final match, so
with the final refresh, it actually looks like Refine had a better day than we both.
Wow, Refine is above Bricked now.
845 points.
Crazy.
250 points are separating our first and second place teams, though. But now you guys have it on your screen as well.
They have multiple people in EU above 900, which is crazy. Like, this disparity is wild compared to EU right now.
Huge day. Bricked also with a huge day, staying exactly where they started in third place as well. So
Bricked is not Dom. No.
Shaken up in the top.
They're close. I mean, they played really well, but no, Team Ed is just been cooking.
Of our current leaderboard.
I mean, they're really good.
Exactly. So
I will say their pool was benefiting them today.
Almost the entire time, Team Ed really showing dominance there. But I still, at the bottom end, we see Scallywags off key.
Ed is Lamp and Grad and Normalize.
Hopefully we see a Poe back in full swing going into this next day, and maybe that'll be the difference for that team to make their advance up this ladder. But overall, we do see kind of the teams grouped together in a few different groups. Yeah. We see Team Ed taking out that first.
Yeah, Lamp, Grad, and Normalize are kind of running that
creating
team.
Their own group in Ape Aura with Rabble Rousers, Retwist, Vaya, all kind of sitting in that.
First pro I ever played against was Lamp, and he cooked me and Cody in Oblivion.
Middle of the pack, not necessarily the worst place to be, especially this early in the season. We do have a bit of an abridged season this season. Last season, season 0, we had 8 play days. This one, we are working with 6 play days, so a bit of a shorter season. Not quite as much time for teams to make these adjustments, but we still have 4 more play days to go. So not quite time yet for these teams to hit the panic button. Still anybody's game. Did you have any closing points here, Soyo?
Look, I mean, I'm so excited to see how this goes into the further days. Whether or not Team Ed will continue their dominance performance. Look, my guess is they probably will. I don't think many people are going to be contesting. I think next day they do have a slightly more difficult bracket based on the current standings, but I don't think there will be a hiccup in their step. Overall, I think I'm rather excited to see how these teams adjust as these days go on.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I do think that does it for us today, though, Sunsoyo and the rest of Pro League.
Where's my phone? Team did? They got disbanded. They are now Team Remix. Maybe. Hang on, what is their name? I got you. Retwist. This is what Team did was, except for Team Mills has gone over to fourth party Cashbox and they picked up Brindy, I believe.
Whenever you can, that man is my hero.
So yeah. I'm not really sure what happened with that disbandment. I thought they played really well last season, but yeah, they disbanded. That's it.
Yeah.
Anyways, chat, I'm gonna end the stream and then I'm gonna go live over on Twitch.
Number 3.
And play some like Quick Cash, World Tour, blah blah blah. Who cares? It's gonna be the after hour stream. I'm cracking high noons in gaming, and that's it. That's what's happening. So if you're ever on YouTube, I love you all. But I want to be able to listen to music. So I'm gonna go stream on Twitch for a little while. But Watch Party will be back Wednesday for NA only, because we have jobs. We can't do EU. But NA on Wednesday, and then EU and NA next Saturday, and then potentially tournament Sunday or the following, just depending. So keep your eyes on Discord if you are new. Don't forget about the campaign going on over on Twitch as well for gifted subs and things like that. You can get skins. They're pretty cool. They're going to be animated in like 2 weeks apparently as well. So if you don't like them now, they're going to be cooler. They have previews. And that's it. All right, guys. Anyways, I'm going to catch you later. I'm going to go live over there. Come hang out. Bye.